Alrighty. Hello there, everyone. We are here with something new. And I am incredibly nervous because I have not started a new campaign in a long time, and I haven't fully streamed the campaign before. So my back is all tied up in knots, but we shall ignore that for now. So, we are going to be starting with the Anime Campaign / Epithets rule set. Usually this is meant for more one-shot shenanigans, but I've kind of somehow come up with the entire plot. Well, some semblance of a plot. So, I am going to hop in with my crew, kind of go over some stuff that we set up in pre-stream, or rather pre-campaign, and we'll go from there. Let's hope for the best! Alright, I am here. Hello?
Hello here, I'm Snowy.
Hi. Alright.
I'm the annoying one.
Alright, so everyone is here, everyone's accounted for. Okay. Mistiv, you here?
Yes.
Okay. So, kind of as a refresher for you all, since we're starting on a blank page here, each of you separately were given basically your own solo session to establish, well, why you're where you are. In order of events, Mistiv, you appeared first. Then Satsuki, then Pete, and then finally Percy. I like how I switched from Mistiv to character names, but we'll go from there.
Great.
Off to a rockin' start. Let's keep going.
It's okay, I'm unimportant.
Ouch. So, for each of you, you ended up someplace that is akin to a library of infinite dimension. It's just, for as far as you can see, bookshelves.
I'd hate to see the late fees here.
And there are books, only some of which you are able to read, but they seem to recite the lives of whoever it is that is written in the book. Every thought, action, and any facet of their life has been written down. And every so often, except for DJ's character Percy, you had heard a bell toll at some point. And all of you were left off in some central location. And you saw what appeared to be a grand staircase of sorts. And that is why I'm going to be starting you guys off here.
I will say, Pete avoided ever having to go into the library for extended periods of time while in high school, and now he's in a library for an extended period of time. The worst part is, he can't get out.
Yep. So, for your guys' purposes, Hunter, you've kind of been standing here for maybe a couple minutes already. And soon enough, you see what appears to be some creature wearing a robe, walking almost like a spider, but it appears to be walking on hair or hands, you're not sure. And what appears to be a human girl. And then you see what appears to be a mailman. And then you see what appears to be a detective of some sorts, and some weird guy with a slug on his face. As far as you can tell, there are only, well, 5 people.
Well, this sounds like a setup for a bad joke.
I'd say it sounds like the situation you find in a math problem. I was always bad at math.
This is kind of starting to look like one of my bandmates' cheesy B movies she likes so much.
You know, one of these days we'll come up with something constructive to add to the conversation instead of saying this looks like X. Here, I'll continue. This looks like a bad album cover.
Uh, you know what? He's correct. We should probably exchange information.
You are halted by the weird creature as it just kind of steps kind of into the center of your group and starts looking about you. I don't believe I've ever seen so many from one dimension before.
Oh, that answered that question.
You're not sure, Pete, but you feel like you're being glared at. You don't see eyes on this thing, but you can feel it.
Ah, yes, the eyes of judgment. I should know, the Postmaster General does it all the time.
And the creature kind of looks over towards you, Percy, and then kind of looks over towards the one you've been traveling with. I'll take it you've informed this one of what's going on here, Varen. And he just kind of goes, well, as best as I can. I don't know everything like you do, and certainly I've only spoken with this one. And he just kind of eyes the rest of you. Interesting lot, all of you. What do you guys do?
So, should we, like, introduce ourselves, exchange information, or see if we can't, like, figure out what's going on here?
Well, that really sums up my investigation, because here are the 4 people that have been gone missing.
Are we going missing? I went missing?
Hunter, as far as you're aware, there's only 3 people that are, well, not the creature and slug on face.
Wait, are you telling me
Wait.
I've been missing?
Yes, yes, Twinkle Toes.
People are gonna be pissed off that their mail's gonna be late.
Hey, you did say, like, previously, next to no time has passed since, we've been here, yeah?
Alright.
The creature kind of looks at you, Satsi. If you were to return at this point, it would possibly be a few days at worst. Time is hard to explain around here. I believe if I were to return, it's been thousands of years. But for me, maybe decades.
Neither rain, nor sleet, nor sun, nor shine will stop the mail, but interdimensional travel? I guess that's not planned. Okay.
Well...
Not usually planned.
Well, hopefully Misa, Rachel, and Velma were capable of getting everyone a full refund.
And Percy, you have Mr. Slug on Face just kind of putting his arm on your shoulder, and he's just like, so, you guys all are from the same dimension, reality, whatever the word is for it. Do you guys all know each other?
Nope.
Never
Not
seen
at
any
all.
of never seen any of these people in my life.
Let's see, there's the chick from that one poster that was at the music stand. I think I've seen him at the zoo. This is my classmate, and there's that asshole police officer that keeps thinking I'm up to no good.
You guys
I
kind
mean,
of
how do you even
notice.
respond to that?
Dick.
You kind of notice that, like, Hunter, you kind of are starting to maneuver a bit, and you kind of notice that what appears to be the mailman gestured to someone who has not said a word.
Wait, who's he gesturing to?
He is gesturing to a little lass next to him,
Oh.
but she has not said a word.
Nor does she have to.
But you guys all just kind of look at each other suspiciously, and it seems that Pete is at least somewhat aware of who everyone is, but alas, it seems you're stuck here together and you don't know anybody, and you're kind of getting weirdly eyed by the two that seem to be native, or at least hang around this place.
Surprisingly enough, I can say I've delivered mail to 50% of this room, which is weird.
So, okay, I guess I might as well try to get the ball rolling here. I'm at you. She motions to the creature, but are you another one of the librarians?
Are you?
She's talking to the guy with the slug on his face.
He kind of just. He's still leaning on Percy, and he goes, no. I'm a guest of sorts, I guess you could say. They kind of keep me, well, under close lock and key. I just kind of hang around, eat the food, occasionally peruse the books. I'm not allowed to touch them, but, you know, what they don't see won't get me in trouble.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I live here. I'm not
Fair.
an employee, but I live here.
Fair.
Does the food get any better as he starts to nom on his jalapeno bagel?
Oh, I see you found the bagel stand. Or at
I
least,
don't think that a library would have food.
you'd actually be surprised. Typically, they have coffee. But, it seems that you got lucky and that it's, food today.
I'm not allowed to have coffee, not after the incident.
He kind of gets closer to you and he's just like, you... What's the word for it? And he kind of looks to the librarian. You're one of those special people, huh?
That's what my mommy says, but my counselor says otherwise.
There's something unique about, well, most anyone that comes to this place. Usually they're gone in 2 minutes. But it seems that the doors did not want to work for you all.
I tried. Books didn't like being written in.
The library kind of gives you this look like, you wrote in one of the books.
I honestly thought this was a dream for a half minute, and the book said my name, and it freaked me out, and I can't remember Miss Clawthorne for the life of me, so...
You watch it kind of bring one of its hands to its face. You're lucky then that you're still standing. One wrong page removed and, well, you'd probably be dead on the floor.
Sounds spectacular at all. I was hoping for something like a wiped from the pages of existence, you know, considering just like spins these waving to the entire shelves. The page motif.
I'm pretty sure that's more or less what they're going for.
No. If you want it to be erased, you have to destroy the entire book. Remove a single page and memories begin to be altered. You may forget something, or perhaps the one time you thought you got lucky, turns out that you didn't and you just dropped dead. Or perhaps maybe you shave a few years off your life.
Well, considering the fact that no one's piping up, let's ask the most important question in the room. Alright, Miss... I'm hoping I'm getting that right, or I'll throw myself out the window and come back. Where are we? Exactly. or not exactly if you don't know, like, roundabout. Is this like a weird matrix of books that span an entire multiverse?
You see the creature kind of shuffle to this nearby bookshelf and pick up a book. Just a random one. This is what we have termed the Reality Library.
Okay, another great question. Before you continue, who is we?
Well,
I think that's more pressing than where we are right now.
she kind of gestures around, and everyone roll me something real quick. Just a roll.
I need to just make a fucking macro for a D20. Give me a sec.
Hang on, oh wait, there's no
On the side, there's just the thing that looks like a die. You just click D20.
No, I meant like stats.
Nope, no stats, and you guys aren't getting any particular bonuses.
Ari, I'm typing /R something, but it's not working.
I can't help you with that,
You
Brad.
didn't mention what we rolled. You just said rolled something.
Yeah, exactly.
God!
Guys, because there's no
Sounds
stats.
like a personal problem.
No, he literally wrote /R something. Okay.
Okay, I'm glad I named the micro roll in a thing.
Alright, so here's your difficulty.
Wow!
Amazing!
Spectacular even!
Wow,
even
for
though I
first-
rolled the highest in the room.
First
Well-
test of the campaign.
Well, except for Mistiv, I'm gonna say y'all passed, just not particularly spectacular, because you still technically rolled
What are you
the
talking about? The
threshold.
D20's 1.
It's just that it's hard to tell, but you can occasionally see something moving in the rafters above you, as this place is infinitely high as well as infinitely long. And the creature goes, "There are other librarians. You just so happen to run into me. We are watchers, keepers, whatever you call it. We make sure the books are organized, not tampered with." She looks at the guy with the slug on his face. "And otherwise, if someone's story is ended, we remove the book from the shelf so that there is room for more."
That sounds like a system that would get confusing fast. I don't think you'll use the Dewey Decimal System, do y'all?
We already have a hard enough time comparing languages, most of which do not exist in your dimension. In
Damn,
fact,
Dubert, I knew this wouldn't work out.
the creature holds up the book, and none of you are able to even comprehend what it says. "This book is from a dimension that even I wouldn't know. There's bound to be someone here that knows it, but I could not tell you this person's story. But I will take it," as she just kind of goes back to the shelf and puts it away. "Each of you found your own book."
Yeah, I remember finding one that mentioned a bunch of stuff from my life.
Ah,
Sorry.
Wait, just a side question. You don't have to ask this. You don't have to answer this right now, but like, so it's infinite dimensions. But do realities also apply here? Could there be an infinite amount of books for a person infinitely?
The creature kind of looks to ponder it a little bit. "That we're unsure of. Perhaps the upper layers hold that answer, but as you can tell, as their many arms kind of start holding themselves up, I am more rooted to the ground. I do not tamper with anything above my height."
This is confusing, and I have a bunch of theories. That's not going to get us anywhere.
And the creature just kind of looks to all of you. "I suppose that you're still looking for the answer of how you got here."
I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of nice to know. The main thing I remember is I stepped outside the auditorium, then I just see this weird building, nobody around, and, well, then everything around me kind of just started ceasing to exist.
I would. God.
I don't know what the hell was going on.
Honestly, I just want to leave and go back to the mundane existence I kept going on. I don't think I'm exactly, adventure material, and this looks like it's going to span a couple adventures.
You all kind of see the creature ponder for a moment, and then looks to the other one, and he just kind of shrugs, like, fine, I know, your throat hurts, whatever. You see, you guys probably got here like most anyone else that enters the library. We're not sure what the phenomenon is called, but we like to call it an aberration. Something that doesn't seem right amongst all the dimensions. It's this weird sort of wormhole, sort of teleportation that, well, you walk through a door thinking you're going to someone's place, and turns out you're just, well, here now.
So you're telling me, as Pete just basically runs up in front of this man's face almost immediately, that we're here because of a cosmic, bureaucratic error that involved an entryway not being an entryway where it normally should be.
You watch the antenna on the slug twitch a little bit. Well, if I understood what the word bureaucratic meant, probably. But, you see, we're not exactly sure how these aberration things work. In fact, the librarian over here, she likes to call me one of them. But we'll get into that another time, shall we? But I guess you could call it a bad portal or something along those lines. It's just something that happens from time to time. And we can certainly get you guys back to where you need to be. It'll just, take some time, and, well, we gotta figure out which librarian's the one that's in charge of those portals, and I don't remember where he went.
So what I'm getting at is we gotta go find big guy that knows where the portals are, that does the thing that does the wibbly wobbly space-time management thing.
Or you could leave it to those of us that know how to navigate the library, and you can do us a favor.
Which would
Honestly,
be what?
Wow. Already asking for a favor.
Would you rather us have you sit here in the infinite expanse of nothingness?
Oh no, this is just a
your
fun...
age?
Let her boy shut up so she can tell us
hey.
what to do.
It's like, oh no, this is just a fun change of pace. This could be cool.
How about you listen to what she has to say?
You kind of watch the creature gesture this way. And you guys can all look up towards this grand staircase, and you see what appears to be a statue sitting at the top of it. We've been experiencing this phenomenon for some time, and we've managed to contain some of the entryways. We're not sure why this particular aberration is acting as it does. Usually it reserves itself for non-human dimensions, let's just say. You weren't supposed to end up here. But we've been doing research on something involving that statue there. And we believe that possibly the many openings are related to it.
Wait, you mean like it's possibly creating them somehow?
We're not sure, but there are many other aberrations around. Oh, shh.
Was that her saying there, or
No.
was that you to Belly?
No.
So, what would you like us to do? Hop around in there, take notes, see what's causing the space-timey-wimey shenanigans, see if we can at least report back and how to report back to y'all so you can solve them?
Well, that is one consideration, but we don't know where these portals lead. They're entryways, and we can certainly get exits for you all. But there is the point that you just kind of watch this thing climb, that there's something resonating. But we may need someone who understands supposedly these special powers that are resident to most of the other dimensions. As I had informed this one, and she gestures to Satsuki, you are what would be described as inscribed, correct?
Yeah, I've got an epithet.
And the rest of you?
Give me 1 second.
Yes.
Mistiv.
He's been very quiet.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You okay there, buddy?
He's fine.
He's just listening.
He's just listening, but she did ask you a question.
He's gonna nod.
Very well. And the library just kind of...
Also, while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna need a BRB in like 40 minutes just so I can feed butterscotch.
That's fine.
Feed the cat.
And the librarian kind of looks about you. Very well. It seems that those of you with these powers may be able to, well, understand how to handle more aberrations should they come up. They can appear in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and generally will appear as anything. As you could possibly imagine, this entire library is also inscribed.
So he just like nudges Jihei going like, we were right. That's interesting. Not really common for an object to be inscribed. Hell, some animals aren't even inscribed.
And you kind of watch the guy with the slug. He just kind of leans up against the side of the stair, and he's just like, bear in mind, not all aberrations are considered inscribed as well. Like I said, old lady here likes to call me one of them, but I wouldn't call myself that. Now would I?
I'm gonna ask two questions. First off, who is me? Is it the slug or is it the... Who am I supposed to look at?
You just kind of get a look from the guy, and he's just like, I implore you. What slug?
Uh-huh. You're one of those people. Gotcha. Alright, next.
Let's just get on with this.
Do y'all have
I'm with
names?
him.
I'm gonna repeat what I said. Do y'all have names?
I'm guessing you're referring to everyone else besides this guy?
Well, that guy and, you know,
Everyone else.
that one. Because, like, Pete knows just about everyone's name out of passing.
Why is your arrow black?
I don't know.
Cycle your color a little bit so we can
I
actually
will-
see you.
Green.
Yeah, it should be green.
It
which
was
is
black
weird.
for me.
Yeah,
Same
no, it
here.
was black on my end
Yeah.
too.
Here,
Yeah,
it's
there
green
you go.
again.
Alright. Well,
Anyway, how about you introduce yourself first? Unless you even don't know proper manners.
Oh, come on, Officer Snow, not King. You know me. You tried to arrest me 3 times last week.
So you're
Because you actually did legitimate property damage.
What property damage. The sidewalk was slightly wet after I delivered mail.
You actually carved a section out of the sidewalk. A few windows were broken.
My epithet don't do that, so... Good try.
Sure you weren't just breaking some speed laws?
That could be a possibility.
Well, let's see. Water is one of the strongest things that we know of when put at a certain velocity to even cut through metal, stone,
Oh no, I'm
and
saying
even perfectly cut glass.
I'll give you the concrete, but broken windows? Not my game. Especially since I was implored by your higher-ups not to run up windows anymore.
Anymore?
Tried it once when I was 15. The exact same scenario he's talking about happened. Freaked me the fuck out.
So,
Yes, and from what I know from that, so you nearly impaled yourself on the window.
It was fun.
the guy with the slug, he just kind of nonchalantly puts his arm back on Percy's shoulder, and he goes, "Well, since you're curious, name's Baron. Just a guy. Don't worry about me much. You don't look too appetizing to me, I assure you."
Wait.
Sorry, what?
Wait, what?
You just watch the antenna of the slug twitch.
Wanna run that by us again?
I am a resident. That's all you need to know.
There's...
Just roll with it, kid. I might as well go next.
I'm sorry, but last I checked, I'm a bit older than Miss Pop Punk over there. So...
First off, I'm 23. I'm 24.
I'd
Second,
peg you for 14, baby metal.
Plus he just glares at him.
Somebody sure knows how to run his mouth, don't he?
Just as fast as his feet.
I'm pretty sure.
His brain probably can't keep up.
First off, I'm pretty sure a 14-year-old wouldn't have these. Second, and stick a cork in it. Third,
Sorry, I've seen Stranger in my own hometown. Anyway, shall we go
Third,
on?
let's just continue with our introductions. I might as well go next.
Just so we don't waste time, letter
Too
boys,
late.
Peter, Pop Punk, her name is Satsuki, and the one with the fancy ass hat over there, his name is
Hunter.
there we go. I forgot to write that down in my notes.
And
Peter,
what about-
Petro, same fucking difference. Tomato, tomato.
and
That's it!
and
Watch the water in the library.
It's under control, as he just, flops it back into his bottle.
and what about her?
That's Jihei. She doesn't talk much.
She's
A special case.
putting it nicely, yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, out of character, how many of you are familiar with Komi?
Komi can't communicate?
Yes.
I know of it.
Oh my god, I
She-
love
I
it.
don't know
she
who
is-
Komi can't communicate is.
She's the epitome of that. She's
Isn't it,
petrified to speak. She
Yeah,
communicates through a freaking dry erase board or a notepad.
yeah, isn't it a girl who's just super, super shy?
Yes.
Basically,
And it's adorable as hell.
I've heard it's really good.
It is.
So if everyone could please keep their distance from her for a bit, I'm actually surprised she's okay with me being this close.
Well, the thing is, though, the thing is, I'm pretty sure that she's okay with me because I am an officer of the law, but that's just assuming.
Great
For
assumption,
as
man.
far as you guys can tell, I put this in the game chat, in the pictures and tunes. She's just staring at you like this. She has not budged. Like, she keeps kind of ducking behind Pete.
So, we hop into one of the portals and report back after you give us a way to come back?
Orders.
The librarian kind of ponders it for a moment. If you can figure you're all fit to work together for long enough.
I mean, we're inscribed, we can't work together. Honestly, this is the best setup for a party ever.
You have a really weird definition of best.
It's called sarcasm.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, it's better than just sitting around twiddling our thumbs, right?
Unless you're content to translate ancient languages, I would believe so.
I fell asleep in my ancient Sumerian class.
You were able to get into ancient Sumerian?
I know, right?
You just watched the librarian just basically spider climb down from her position. And she just kind of starts rummaging around behind her cloak. If that is the case, then I will provide you with these. And you kind of hear the sound of jingling as she pulls out what appears to be some sort of little sack. As you are going to be hopping between realms, I would assume that your human currency is not going to work. Or at least they will give you a funny look.
Yeah, good point.
There goes the $250,000 I've been saving.
She hands...
Keep it on you?
No, I just don't buy stuff, and you'd be surprised what pension and salary does for a mailman.
You work for the government.
Government agent, baby.
And the librarian kind of hands you some of them, Percy, and they appear to be some sort of metal, but they're inscribed with what appears to be rune-like marks or something along those lines. You're not sure what the heck it means. These are another of the aberrations we've come across. We call them crowns.
What are they called?
Crowns. And
there's really no space for there's really no space for inventory.
That's why our Google sheet.
Yeah, that's why I gave you the Google sheet with it.
Butterscotch. What are you doing?
And the librarian kind of starts moving around all of you guys. And each of you are handed 10 of these crowns.
Ow, 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 butter, ow.
Kitty.
Attack of the cat.
And specifically, Peter.
What's the currency called again then?
Crowns.
Yeah.
And how much?
10.
10.
And
what is Pete handed?
Pete, you're handed 10, but you also pick up what should be going into Jihei's backpack because she just kind of stood there and eventually the librarian just kind of dropped them. And she kind of looks over to Varen. I am going to go see if we can find one of the other librarians. Whichever one is most proficient with the dimensions. You have to lead these people to their next location. And he just kind of gives her a look of, really? What did I do? And she just kind of skitters away as best as you could probably describe. And Byron kind of goes past you guys and up the stairs, and he's like, well, I hope you guys like adventure, because even I don't exactly know what's going on here.
You go ahead, you first, DJ.
Percival, as he's walking past, lights a cigarette and takes a drag, and is like, "Won't be the first time I've gone into a situation with no information."
Is that common amongst you police types? Little information, just making hedged guesses.
Unfortunately not, but when it's important, the information seems to slip on by.
And all of you guys are kind of brought to the top of the stairs. I'm gonna just move you two together.
Get off my arm.
You can finally get
No,
a
I will not
better
get off your arm.
view of that statue that you had seen.
You're not my sister's cat.
You're not quite
You don't know that.
You're not quite sure what to make of the statue in front of you. It appears to be some sort of figure, perhaps a deity or angel. You're not able to define it well. It appears to be both a halo and a horn, and its wings are spread, and it looks like it is trying to chant something.
Ah, so the age-old Palkia Dialga statue mishap. You don't
Somewhat,
know what the fuck it is.
somewhat, but it looks more intentional. Like someone saw this creature and tried to get its features down as well as possible, but it just looked like a mess anyway.
Hey, this looks like one of those caves and
Oh.
creatures things. What is that caves and creatures race?
Another thing you
I'm
humans...
gonna roll for brain.
Roll for brain?
No brain.
Nope.
You mean
But-
a Nephilim?
Yeah, that one. I only play Tiefling.
You mean like the child? You mean the child of an angel and a demon?
That one, yeah, it has decent stats in caves and creatures. It's great.
You mean
CNC.
that race they trying to turn Dante into Dante?
Don't take.
What? Well, whatever. In the
Joke.
case,
Farron
in
kind
the
of...
case,
Go on.
go ahead.
Go on.
I was just gonna say, if I can't tell if this is just because of how you drew it or not, or if this is I imagine this is not a pre-created map, obviously.
Nope.
But I was gonna say, the figure kind of looks female. I can't tell if that's just from how you drew it or not.
It's
It-
kind of hard to tell.
Androgynous.
Yeah, you're not quite sure. But Farron kind of looks at it and goes, I think some of the librarians have mentioned this guy before. I don't really know. Something about the god or the gift of language. Something about that. Something important, I'm sure. Someone like me doesn't really need to care, now don't I?
Gift of language. The only thing I know about that is something babble, so. Tower? Spectre? I don't know.
Either way, like I said, someone like me doesn't need to pay any attention, since I don't have the powers you do. Powers over words themselves, I believe is how it's described.
You have a way with words, slug boy.
And you have a way with water.
You want to test that?
Can we not? We're in a massive library full of
We're
books.
nowhere near the books. It's like spilling a coffee in a computer lab nowhere near a computer. It's fine. It's not recommended, but it's fine.
You just see the slug twitch more. And Varn kind of gestures to the area around you. You see what appears to be some sort of structures that have some sort of portal design to them. They're very space-like. And it appears that each one is a different color. And Varen just kind of goes, these are some of those, well, thresholds we've managed to contain around here. I don't know why I say we, I don't do anything. But each of these supposedly lead to another dimension. Somewhere where you may meet more creatures like yourselves, or he just kind of gives a bit of a funny look. More creatures like myself. we're not sure exactly what's through there, as, well, we only have the one guy that knows how to get people back. And, well,
And he's been on an eternal 15-minute break?
well, it's less that you can't ever pick just one direction and follow it and find whatever it is you're looking for around here. You pick a
That's
direction,
true.
one day, you'll end up finding the bagel stand. Another day, you may actually find the entrance to this place. It's impossible to
Hey.
map out.
What's-her-face mentioned that time really doesn't work the same here, so for all we know, he could still be on his 15.
I mean, that is true. For as far as I'm aware, I've been here, what's the word you humans use? Couple weeks?
Years.
No, not quite. I
You know,
don't stick
the
around
more-
places long.
the more you say this, the more I'm convinced we're talking to the thing on your face.
Whatever could you mean?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
The more you
Sure.
talk, the more I feel like we're just wasting time.
Kinda are until we're given an objective.
Well,
Hang on, give me a sec.
well, until we find you a way back home, you have all the time in the world now, don't you?
Alright, so which portal are we going down?
I will wait for that so the other two can at least tell. So far, what is your impression of, Varen?
You know, I hate talking to, people without a spine. Invertebrates are just terrible.
I mean, he has a spine. He hasn't confirmed that he's the slug.
I don't believe any of the shit this man spills out.
Oh, you
I'm
should.
purposely hiding Jake.
You don't
This
want
is
him
good.
being eaten by a slug. Or you just don't want others to know that you have a kangaroo rat.
No, I don't want him to be the next snack for the slug.
Don't trust the fucking slug.
I mean, as far as
I'm
you...
half tempted to pull Jake out just to see what GA's reaction would be to a cute kangaroo rat, but at the same time, I don't want the slug to see it.
I mean, as far as you can tell, this thing is contently snacking on this guy's face. And as far as you can also tell, Hunter, that is not a slug you have ever seen before in your life. You have seen
What I
Nor is a
many...
spider.
You have seen
miss?
many nudibranchs.
I run a zoo.
What
Exactly.
did I miss?
Not much, just talking about how, Hunter has seen many nudibranchs, and this is not a slug he has seen before.
That was a nudibranch.
A sea slug.
Yes,
Oh.
slug.
And he's hiding the kangaroo rat because he doesn't want the slug to see him, but as far as you can tell, the slug is eating a guy's face.
Wait, sea slugs eat kangaroo rats?
No.
No.
I think he's just more
But sea
concerned.
slugs are carnivorous, so...
Yeah, I think he's just more concerned that the guy with a slug on his face will turn out to be the slug, and the slug is hungry. He did say you guys don't look appetizing.
That's why I literally just said I don't trust...
We're also just waiting for DJ to come back. But I was asking...
I'm like 2 steps away from firing a stream of water to knock that fucking slug off.
I'd be curious to see you try. But yeah, I was asking their opinions of Varen and his shenanigans.
I don't know. I don't give my credit card information to slugs.
I mean, he didn't ask for your credit card.
He's going to. I know him. I don't trust slugs. Slugs are greasy fucks.
I mean,
They're covered in mucus, damn it! What do you expect from them?
what about Satsuki? How do you feel about this guy?
She's trying to choose her words carefully and doesn't want to say anything one way or the other because she doesn't want to piss him off and because she's essentially kind of just like, okay, well, this is just another weird thing. I'm just going to go with it at this point because I just want to go home.
I mean,
I'm not going to question it.
yeah. I mean, you're dealing with people that are all apparently from the same city too, since you were just visiting Sweet Jazz.
Honestly, he's got a thick membrane because he's been able to deal with the words of Pete, and he's been able to fire back too.
Yeah.
Is that what Jihei looks like when she sees Jake?
No. Yeah, probably. With the stars. But yeah, she's just been kind of awkwardly staring the entire time.
Does she ever blink?
Sometimes, but only when
Okay.
you're not looking.
On a scale of 1 to owl, how are her eyes currently?
The picture of Comey that I posted.
Well, she's a hoot.
But tish. I mean, also that's kind of the thing that you guys kind of note that this guy that he looks vaguely elf-like, but his eyes are somewhat reminiscent of what you would probably imagine for a tiefling. Like the white is black and he's got red eyes. You're not sure what the dude's deal is, besides the slug.
Honestly, Peach is glad he's with people because his CNC group is disbanded for the time being. I'm gonna keep on that situation. He's got a Y-Pod and he plays CNC.
I mean, yeah. And
Call in Cthulhu.
I don't know why that.
Creatures in catacombs.
I mean, he did say caves and creatures, I think. But close enough. And like I said, Jihei is just along for the ride, and Percy is already done with all of your collective shit. And
I've done nothing.
I was gonna say by all of you, he means mostly Pete. And as far as you guys know from his side, all of you have been missing for some time. How long? Who knows?
Well, I mean, a couple days, from sounds of it.
Well, hopefully the other zookeepers are keeping track of the animals. Or we're gonna have some very angry gorillas on our hands.
And the last thing you want is the primates to get angry. I mean, you probably don't want to get the birds angry either, but they're slightly easier to handle.
Yeah, you leave a sack of food in their cage and they're good for weeks.
Gorillas, on the other hand. Oh boy.
They'll start sign language up a storm.
But let's see here. Yeah, I think Dark, you probably should put the crowns on your character sheet. So you oh, you did under money. Okay. Yeah, there is a money tab.
Is that not where I was supposed to put
No,
them?
no, it's under money. I'm just kind of letting the others know that there is in fact money.
I liked my description better.
I mean, you can leave it there too. But it also just helps to denote you have money.
He had put the 10 crowns in his fanny pack.
I mean,
hopefully to see them again.
you reach into your bag and you pull out a banana.
Oh, that ain't right.
You just start
Hold on, it's in here somewhere. And he goes like elbow deep into the bag.
Yeah, you just do that thing where like you just keep pulling out random shit that shouldn't technically be in there, but alas.
What is this, Animal Crossing?
He takes the bag off of his waist and starts shoving his head in there. And then next thing you know, half his body's in the bag. Oh, hold on, almost got it.
Yeah. But so far, you have learned you're in a place. And there's bagels.
I haven't seen no damn bagels. I'm hungry.
I mean, you didn't ask for any bagels.
Trying to be polite here.
I mean, you just know that Pete has bagel. And that he ate it. He ate the bagel.
Literally went to a diner after work to get food and end up here.
You
He
did.
just hands him the cheddar bagel.
Is it half eaten?
I mean, he doesn't bite into his bagel. He usually tears his bagel and takes it and then puts the chunk in, eats the chunk. So like he can, it's like 3/4 of a bagel.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
He tears off a tiny little piece and then swallows the rest.
What happened? What I come back to?
We just been
Bagel.
shooting the shit. All right, so
You see the hand with the tiny piece left in it go in his pocket.
all right, so basically the last major important thing is that Pete asks which of these doors you're going through, and you just kind of see Varen kind of wander around a little bit. He kind of starts inspecting some of the doors, and he goes, "This one."
You know what? I'll take that one over the red one.
Ah, you see, I don't actually know the difference between any of them. I just
A
picked.
bright, friendly green versus dark, ominous red.
Are you sure you don't want the orange one? And he points at the clearly blue one.
Honestly, I'd take any of them other than the red one.
Very well, very well. That makes my life easier. And he just kind of steps aside and he's like, well, off you go.
You all go first.
Very well.
I've
Yeah.
got
Cheers.
You have a
Hello,
G.
Fly Boy.
no. Yeah, he said y'all go ahead.
Yeah, he's got a G. Alright. Pete, what are
Alright.
you doing?
With everyone over there in that corner,
Oh,
he looks to Jihei.
mm-hmm.
You doing okay? You holding up?
She just goes, and she just kind of nods.
Okay. You should stay by me, okay?
She just kind of nods again.
Remember, if you feel in danger, you can squeeze my hand, okay? But hold on tight, because we're gonna go. We're gonna go fast, okay?
She just kind of looks like she braces herself.
Alright. And just like right next to V, he just like zooms by straight to the portal.
Alright. And this part is going to be fun. You all end up spending some time getting used to what appears to be subspace or some sort of wormhole until you find yourself in the middle of the frickin' forest. You thankfully land on the ground. But everywhere, as far as the eyes can see, trees and plant life. And there's also just kind of the point that the trees are very tall. Not unlike the redwoods you would see in California, or Redwood Run.
Alright. Everyone, I need a 10-foot radius.
Okay,
Wait, what?
so
I don't see our icons.
okay.
Nope, it's
so
because this is a
first
world
off,
map.
I read that as red tuna instead of red tundra.
Yes,
The red tuna.
this is a world map. This is not something you'll have individual tokens for. Where did that one frickin'... There we go.
I'm going to repeat.
Chill
I need
Haven, I love it.
10-foot radius. Jihei. I need you to let go for a second and step back, okay?
She just kind of cautiously steps backwards, like 5 feet.
Alright. Pete throws down his giant fucking backpack. Alright. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna call a pro gamer move. As he
Roll for pro gamer move.
unzips the top and just like attempts to fucking get a water geyser going. 15.
Alright. You kind of brace yourself, you do some quick leg stretches, and you shoot yourself with a water geyser. Where are you going?
I'm going straight up to see if I can get a visual above the trees.
Alright. You get yourself above the trees, and, well, to at least 3 directions, you're not sure which way you're facing, you can see where the forest kind of ends, and you can see some mountains out in the distance in one way, and, well, actually you can see mountains in a couple different directions. But then you turn to the last direction, and it is forest. But while you're up there and your eyes are scanning the horizon, in between the directions that lead to forest, some more, and one of the very tall mountain ranges, you see what appears to be an ongoing storm. And even above you...
From what direction?
Well, again, it's... For Anno character, is that direction.
So it's east.
Yes. You don't know which direction you're facing, because you don't know if you
I can
started north.
assume.
Maybe. But, alas, you can't see the sun, because even above you, it is cloudy.
Don't worry, I know how to get my cardinal directions down when I'm back down on the floor.
But it seems that you're just in a heavily wooded area, and you think you can kind of see where there might be civilization down towards your south-ish,
Okay.
but you're not exactly sure. It's just a lot of trees.
I'm gonna ride the water droplets and what's left of the geyser back down, and kind of like recollect it into the camel pouch, except for basically a small line, probably only like barely a cup in like volume.
Alright, roll for
So
landing.
when I'm back on the ground, alright, let me roll for landing. Damn it!
You leave a nice peach-shaped hole in the ground.
I am okay!
You
How
also...
deep is the hole?
Impressive.
It
How
is
deep is the hole?
like maybe about 2 feet, and he takes 3 damage.
You
That's
okay
fair.
down there?
No, but that's like a pre-existing condition.
While he digs himself out, Hunter's gonna
You
go
being
into
a
his
dumbass?
pouch and start looking for a compass.
Like, he just like doesn't have to dig himself. He just like slowly rises out, going like, "All right, I got a cup of water here." As he kind of like drips it to the ground, and
Alright.
he's paying attention to which direction the stream's going.
Alright. You roll me to see which direction it's going. And Hunter.
16.
Alright. You roll me a d20 to determine, is there a compass in this damn thing?
Or if not, if I could find one.
Yeah.
I didn't find one.
Do you have anything that's magnetic?
Hold on, let me
Guys.
check. I got so much shit in here.
You're not getting very good rolls tonight, I'm noticing.
Guys, okay. What direction did the water roll am I roll?
Okay. Let me start with Pete and then I'll go to Hunter. So which direction are you trying to see it roll towards?
So water will usually naturally flow down south.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to go for. Which way is this water kind of drugged to?
Given you succeeded, I'll say that it appears to be flowing somewhat towards the east, as there's a little bit of an incline downwards in that generalized direction.
Okay. So,
Meanwhile, for Hunter...
but Pete's gonna do over here. He's gonna look at the water and you do the Hunter thing.
Yeah. Hunter, you start scavenging around trying to find a compass, and you end up finding some dowsing rods, an empty water bottle, a set mousetrap, and you hurt yourself.
Why is that in there?
Well, you're not sure because you take 1 damage.
Well, I shake my hand and flick it off into the distance.
But
Damn.
it appears no compass.
Well, at least I got some dowsing rods. Anybody good with them? Anybody?
It's
Anybody?
for
No?
finding
Okay.
water, right?
Throws them over his shoulder. I'll keep looking.
So, while he's digging through his handy haversack, as Pete kind of points in the two directions. The direction he saw the civilization most likely at, and the direction the water was starting to roll. I believe this area is, I'd estimate east is where the water was going, and then south for the civilization. I'm thinking.
Ah, yes, North Run is in the south. Perfect.
Thinking.
You don't know where it's running from the north to the northern
Like-
north.
Also, anyway, does anyone?
Yeah.
Anyway, does anyone have? Does anyone have anything magnetic?
No. I think.
Possibly. I'd have to
Hunter, is
keep
anything in like that in your bag?
I'm still looking. Hold on.
I've got a rough estimate, and we're probably a couple clicks out from civilization, so if we keep moving that direction, we can probably, as he points to the direction he saw the civilization at, we can probably get our directions there.
By magnetic, do you mean straight? It's metallic or what?
Actually magnetic, like a magnet.
Then no.
Pete, roll me a quick, roll. I'll give you advantage.
Oh, okay. 10.
Better. You think about that for a moment, and then you realize, wait a second, I'm a dumbass. I have my music player. It has a compass app.
That's not how an iPod works, but okay!
You downloaded it a while
It's
back.
not an iPod, Snowy.
Oh yeah, it's a Y-pod, sorry.
We don't have endorsement by Apple.
You're right, I'm sorry!
I thought it was a J-pod.
No, that's the
wait,
Japanese
no,
model.
I just like the idea. I like the idea of Pete going wait a second. As he looks at his Y-pods, that's not how this works, but it's
Is it
working.
just gonna be a different letter of the alphabet every time?
No, it's supposed to be a Y-pod. It's actually notated as a Y-pod.
Yeah, in his inventory it's Y.
It's why? I mean, if anyone wants to trust
Why do you work like this?
if anyone wants to trust a random Chinese-developed application I have on my 2006 Y-pod.
Try if it doesn't work.
Of course, I could
Oh,
also
well.
I could also scout real quick, and I'll be right back.
Roll for compass accuracy?
Mhm.
No, that's lucky.
It's higher than 10.
Yeah. And you look at it for a little bit. Look at the water on the ground. Look at that. Remember where you saw the storm. And go, close enough. It's accurate enough.
Oh, so we have about an hour before storm rolls in, so I'm gonna scout real quick as I kind of speed off into the
Why the
woods
hell
near
did you
where
scout
civilization.
that?
No, he's already speeded off to the direction of civilization to scout out.
Alright.
Is Slugface here with us?
Nope. No slug.
Okay, pulling Jake out of the pocket.
Everyone else, you see a man present a kangaroo rat.
I'm presenting him to the ground so he can find something to scavenge and eat.
You don't just touch someone's kangaroo rat.
Handling a man's rat. I don't know. But,
Quick, Jake, find something to munch on.
you see him hop away for a little bit, and eventually he comes back with what appears to be a pine cone.
Ah, supping upon pine and cone, you see.
As far as you're aware, Hunter, these are not pine trees. So you're not sure where he got that.
Do I have a straw for him?
Roll for straw.
I will say roll for straw, but I'll give you some leniency.
My luck is horrible today.
I'll give you one more roll before I determine. You have a straw.
Hey, you have a straw. You obtain straw.
Sticks it into the pine cone for him.
He starts lapping at the pine cone like it was like one of those water bottles you put in a gerbil cage.
Amazing. Anyway, Pete rocketed off to civilization. He's not gonna enter civilization because he's not stupid, but he's gonna just like double check to see if it's friendly.
Alright, you spend a good few minutes running in the direction, and you see that it's just kind of a small city-sized settlement in the middle of the woods.
Hamlets? My God.
As far as you can tell, it looks open.
Friendly enough,
that
you know,
shitty
farmer.
play?
This looks friendly enough. I mean, farmers have never been, murderous before. Thanks back to Resident Evil 4. Yeah, no, this is fine.
and you think about it, based on the normal speed that most people are able to walk, it would take you guys maybe half a day to get here.
It should be fine.
But
It's like, what, 40 clicks out? Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, cool. Phew! Back to the party.
alright, and you come back and you leave a nice skid mark in the ground, and you see Kangaroo Rat drinking a pine cone.
Ah,
Yeah.
so he has supped upon Pine Cone.
You having fun there, Shimikaze? Mind telling us
no,
what
I-
you found?
Civilization, about 40 clicks out that way.
Well, let's go.
Cool. Did you see if they're friendly, humanoid, anything?
Thanks back to Resident Evil 4. Yeah!
Doesn't elaborate.
That was about as unconvincing as you can get.
Alright, so you start marching.
What is this Resident Evil?
That was
4?
internal. That was internally. Just like, I like the idea, it's like, did you check if they're friendly? Just Pete thinks of Dr. Salvador from Resident Evil 4.
Yep.
Yeah,
Alright.
friendly.
Alright, so you guys
Alright,
kind of
slides the
start.
brass knuckle on.
You guys start hiking your way through the woods. It's somewhat uneven for the most of you since you kind of weren't geared up to walk in the woods. Hunter, you're doing okay. This is kind of normal.
He's
But-
walked the Sweet Jazz City streets. He's ready for any terrain.
No, he's not.
I mean, he could make himself ready, but you also noticed mud. But,
I got boots.
yeah. But, Satsuki, you're kind of struggling a bit because these shoes are not made for uneven forest ground and walking around logs. But, overall, the trek is, for the most part, well, unassuming. There's not much going on. You can kind of see the dark clouds sometimes in the breaks in the trees, and it just seems like the clouds are just kind of sticking around. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Cool, I'm gonna go turn on my light because it's getting dark.
I can feel that it's gonna rain in all of the fibers of my being, Pete says, while he's just like standing there basically slightly vibrating. Gonna be a nice rain. I might have actually be able to move faster in this. So, Officer Snow, investigating a missing persons case before you became one yourself?
Yes, I was looking into Jihei.
Why would you need to look into her?
Because she was missing, dumbass.
She was a missing person, you nitwit.
She was no, it's like she was missing. It's like fair enough. Well, you mentioned multiple people missing. I'm guessing that would be the lot of us.
Yes.
Interesting. Jihei isn't a flake, but she'll definitely stand still like a statue the second she's approached by anything.
Want to test that?
Points at the statue, Jihei. Yeah. I think
Sends
I've
over
tested that
Jake.
well. Well, you know, the Ari isn't here, so she can't determine.
Sends over the Jake. With pinted cone.
So, Crocodile Dundee, what's your story?
What's there to tell?
I suppose you could start with what you were doing before you got stuck here.
My job. You say you seen me at the zoo. Because I work there, basically run the place.
Not a lot of doors at the zoo, though.
No, the only door I went through was the diner I was trying to get through for dinner. I was starving.
Yeah, considering that you just swallowed a bagel whole, I'd believe it.
Well, when your workday starts when the zoo opens, and it stops when the zoo closes. You get kind of hungry in between.
Fair enough. And, your, rodent fellow.
Yes, his name's Jake. He's down there waving at you.
I like Jake already. He looks trustable. Dependable, even.
Could depend on him to eat all your stacks.
He looks like he'd commit tax fraud and then lie to your face about it. I respect that. However, don't do it. Don't do it in the presence of him. As he points at Percival.
Jake, have you done that? Like actively asking this question, and Jake just has no clue what's going on.
What is a taxes?
What's a tax system?
See? Evading the question. Too bad that a certain someone only has a racer cuff size. Disappointing teenager. So you escaped this time, Jake. This is the real criminal mastermind, guys. And I'm here for it.
That's okay. As far as I know, Jake isn't inscribed either.
I'm sorry. You think you have to be inscribed to do anything interesting?
Anything out of the ordinary for a kangaroo rat, yes.
I don't know. He could have thumbs. Just randomly thumbs.
He does.
Ah, shit. Alright, all of my trust is immediately diminished. I don't trust anything with thumbs. That isn't human. That isn't human, smartass. But yeah, no, I don't trust anything non-human with thumbs. And have you looked at a cat? If a cat had thumbs, they'd kill you in an instant.
Looks at the cat in my lap with thumbs.
Looks at the cat on my bed.
They technically do have thumbs. They got the little side claw.
You know what? Since we're having the time, I was reading the wiki how this is in character. Yahoo Answers, and the question was, because of course you never ask reasonable questions on that website. Would you rather have human face cat or hand dog?
Wait,
What?
Hand dog?
Hand dog. Dog with 4 hands.
I'd rather have hand dog.
Other than human face cat. I mean, fair.
Because
but...
at least with the hand dog, you don't have to see the constant face of disappointment.
Fair, but a hand dog could pull something, like pull a fast one.
yes, but Snowy.
Yeah.
Snowy.
Mm-hmm.
You do also realize the amount of chaos a human-sized cat could do.
Not a human-sized cat, just a cat with a human
cat
face.
with human face.
Oh. That's even more horrifying. Yeah,
That's
hand dog.
yeah, no. I'm sorry.
If it's a male cat and it has like a masculine face, does it go yeah?
Sorry. I understand your. Okay.
I'm going back
right.
mute.
I understand your reasoning for wanting hand dog over face cat, but consider the following. All right, hand dog could pull a gun on you.
Or they're also loyal as shit.
They instantly no longer become the goodest boy because they can pull fast ones.
Hello.
I think you have a player in your campaign over there that would take offense to that.
Hoi.
Yes.
Alright, we're back. Everyone here?
We were
Yeah.
just discussing Hand Dog versus Space Cat.
Okay. Alright.
Snowy brought it up.
Alright, so y'all are walking through the woods. And maybe about 5-10 minutes into your walk, everyone roll me something. And Hunter, you get advantage.
So
I don't think he needs advantage.
so just the 20.
Yes. And Pete, you get disadvantage.
I fucked up. I got a 3.
Damn it! Of
You-
course,
you
the
get
second
advantage,
one's
so-
pretty good.
Yeah, you get the 17, Hunter.
Pete gets the potato.
Alright, so you guys are walking along, and all of you. Let's see here. What was? Let's see. Pete and Percy, and subsequently Jihei, but you know, you guys aren't really paying much attention. Percy, you're kind of stuck with your thoughts. You're trying to figure all this shit out. And Pete, you got your music going, just kind of trying to calm yourself, and you're sharing a headphone with Jihei, so she's not paying attention. But Hunter and Satsuki, you're gonna note something very different. Satsuki, this forest is really goddamn quiet. Like, you ain't hearing no birds. Like, you are not hearing any birds. You're hearing the wind, but you're not hearing anything besides your footsteps. Hunter, you're hearing what you would probably expect out of a forest. The occasional chittering and birds chirping and all this other shit. It seems pretty normal to you.
Hey, does anyone else, notice that there's like no sound, not even a bird or something here?
What are
Darn it.
you talking about? I can hear birds just fine.
I haven't
Wait.
noticed.
What?
Yeah, they're going crazy out there. Sounds like a normal forest.
Okay, what the fuck's going on? How come I can't hear any of this?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably pretty focused on something else. Haven't really been able to focus on it. Just now noticing the absence of a noise you thought you'd normally notice. It's
Hunter's gonna
surprising.
try and recreate the sound of one of the birds he hears.
Alright. Roll for bird call. Alright. You think it's at least a half decent bird call, and you just kind of make it out into the wilderness, and at least you hear one bird kind of chitter back.
See?
Does Satsuki hear it?
You hear the noise that Hunter makes.
I only heard what you did.
It's nothing to entirely worry yourself about. If anything, I think the fact that Hunter's not freaking out is probably an indication that we should be pretty okay.
I've been through this before, literally. Well, not in the exact sense, but I've been through forests, I've been through deserts, I've traveled the world. Seen lots of things, seen lots of animals.
And you guys kind of continue walking, but as you kind of make your way through a little bit more, Percy, you kind of start trying to figure out what the heck Satsuki was talking about, and you kind of note that it is eerily quiet. Like, you see, like, you see Pete and Jihei sharing the music player, and you know the kid's kind of known for having his music pretty loud, but you don't even hear that.
Other than just them talking?
You hear the occasional talking amongst the group, but you don't hear the music, you don't hear any animals, you just hear your own footsteps and the sound of the wind.
You're all concerned. I could always run up a tree and try to get a visual in the area.
I'm going to just make a note of that.
But as far as you can tell, it's just an ordinary forest.
Just remember to keep pace while trying to outrun a storm.
And as far as you can tell, the storm is moving at a pretty average pace, question mark.
Yeah, average pace can mean anywhere from slow as a fucking cricket to like, alrighty here, you never gotta see a chance. So that's why Pete's like, we just gotta at least keep moving, keep moving.
Alright. I am going to just roll something real fast. Call high or low.
Low.
DJ, you're the guy that usually calls this, so we'll go by whatever you choose.
No, I trust Mistiv on this.
Alright, so low you said, Mistiv?
Hey.
There
Alright.
we go.
See, I told you.
Nothing
That
happens.
was a bad idea to trust me. Never trust me.
Nothing of
Trust Gav.
nothing of particular note happens like the first hour or so that you guys are hiking. You occasionally stop because most of you aren't used to this, so you kind of want to make sure you're not twisting your goddamn ankles too much. It'll happen, but you know. And it's, again, like I said, very distinctly quiet. And at some point, you see animals, and obviously they don't really make much noise around you, but something just is starting to seem weird.
Okay, seriously, what the hell is going on?
Hey, go stand by the nice officer, okay?
She just kind of stops moving, more or less.
Officer, make sure she's alright, as, like, Pete speeds off to go check the perimeter.
You kind of go out like a couple, like, maybe like a quarter mile or so, not too far. And roll me something.
Somebody!
Alright. You kind of scan around a little bit, and you think you see a person.
What? A person?
You see a person.
Can't exactly be stealthy, so I'll just be cautious as I run up to them about 10 feet away.
Alright, you get closer, and you note that whoever it is, they're just kind of sitting there. Looks like they're inspecting something before looking towards the sky.
Do you speak common?
You say that with a regular tone of voice?
Yeah, just like in the questioning, like, do you speak common?
You receive no answer at all.
Not even like a reaction to the talking.
Nope.
Oh no, I think I figured out what's going on here. I think I'm starting to figure out why you said I might have a hard time, Larry.
You mean the two massive words that are kind of pasted on the continent we're standing on? Yeah.
Pete's gonna tap his foot, trying to bring groundwater up to the surface as he kind of steps forward slightly.
Alright.
God damn it.
What you doing?
I'm gonna get closer to them, about like 5 feet away, and kind of like sidestep to like in front of them. Still tapping my foot rhythmically to try and bring some more groundwater to the surface.
Alright. What are you gonna do as you come in front of them?
I'm going to... How do I say this? I'm going to try and get their... Because they're looking up in the sky, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as a bit of groundwater starts to show up at the surface, I'm gonna just let like the stream of water like run up my leg and down my arm as I kind of like shoot like a spritz above like where they would be looking.
Alright.
Like a full stream, basically.
Alright. Roll for aim.
That's 5.
Alright, and the person...
Casual guy aim.
Oops. Didn't mean to do that.
6.
It
I'm
appears...
not trying to hit them, so...
Yeah, but it appears that you just kind of barely misjudge, and they don't seem to notice it. And as you do so, it seems that even if that were the case, they were not paying attention, as it looks like a couple raindrops fall. Probably just mistook it for rain.
Groundwater's up and above. There's like a small pool under Pete's sandal now, right?
A little bit.
I'm going to try, because rain's starting to fall now, right?
Just a little bit. It's like 1 or 2 drops maybe like every 15 seconds.
This pool of water is going to follow Pete's step as he steps ever so slightly closer.
Alright. Let me roll for something. No, I don't want that. I want the actual 20. Alright. They still don't seem to be paying much attention.
I'm going to pick up... Is it straw like pine needles, or is it like an actual leaf that I can grab on the ground?
It appears to be leaves on the ground.
No pine cones, because these aren't pine trees.
They are not pine trees, but yet there was a pine cone, but there are
Yeah,
leaves
it's
on the ground.
confusing. I'm gonna try and like scrunch up a leaf and just do like the light toss at them.
Alright. Roll for leaf.
15.
Alright. You managed to kind of lightly hit them with a leaf. And it suddenly catches their attention, and just now you kind of realize they've been holding a spear this entire time. And they whip around, and the tip of the spear just kind of clangs against the bark of the tree nearby. And, give me a second here.
You wanna know what's interesting about the reason I had groundwater at my feet?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's happening as they tap the thing?
I want you to roll me something real fast.
15.
Alright. You managed to brace yourself as soon as the metal hit the tree, you just hear a thunderous kaboom. Like, it sounds like lightning just struck right next to you, kind of loud.
I'm going to take the trail of groundwater that I've been streaking for the past 15 feet and just slide back along it to immediately just basically slide back 15 feet.
Alright, you do so, and you watch as whoever you were encountering just literally disappears.
Give me a sec.
Like, you blink and they're gone. And I'll continue this even though Dark's not here. The rest of you, you hear lightning, or you hear thunder, and it sounds like it was about a quarter mile away. Like, the entire forest around you just shakes.
Well, that's concerning.
Better hope that didn't catch anything on fire. Well, we're gonna be running for it.
Basically, in response to the whole situation, Pete's now just going to book it back to the main party.
Alrighty. You do so, and you see a Jihei cowering. Kind of just, like, she has balled herself up on the ground.
Pete's basically just like, as he runs back to talk to the main party,
Sorry.
just take Jihei by the hand and like kind of hide her behind him again. So, I got some good news and some bad news.
Well, what's the good news?
Alright, that was a lie.
Yeah, that was a
It's
lot.
bad news and slightly less bad news, honestly. And the slightly less bad news, I'm starting to think that sound doesn't quite penetrate through this forest.
Oh, fuck.
Considering how quiet it's been,
I have no
that
clue
adds
what
up.
you guys are talking about. It sounds perfectly fine to me.
I'll explain why the Mister with the attuned senses can hear things.
Hunter.
Hmm.
Does your you said you were inscribed, right?
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with animals?
Maybe.
So that would explain why you could hear the majority of things while the rest of us couldn't.
I'm a zoologist. Animals hear at a different pitch than we do, so they can pick up things.
Actually, wait. He's gonna pick Jake up off the ground because he's been just kind of following around. Hey, make a noise for us, could you?
He makes a squeaky noise.
Y'all hear that?
Alright. Everyone roll me for whether or not you have any idea what a kangaroo rat is.
I slept in class. I'm surprised I passed.
It's literally a rodent with big hindquarters.
Yeah. Percy and Setsuki, you hear the little squeak. Pete, you have no idea. And it
He
seems
just
that...
goes like, "That's a boy."
Actually, I never bothered to check. Hold on.
What
Just
did you
kidding, Of course I
see?
checked.
Very much a boy.
But, yeah, for the two of you, you and Yadir hear the noise of a kangaroo rat. It is the first animal you've heard so far.
Concept. If you're not aware or not knowledgeable of the thingy, you can't hear the thingy, which would explain why the local didn't respond to anything I did except throw a leaf at it.
So now you're assaulting the locals with a leaf. Good job.
I didn't assault them. I could assault you. Mister could probably have a salt shaker in his bag.
Looks at his brass knuckle that he's had worn for the past 10 minutes.
Speaking of, I
Percival
need you to
just
find salt in that
contemplating.
bag.
Percival just has his hand on his gun, contemplating things.
Why
Anyway.
do you need salt?
Oh, it's a surprise for later.
Then
Anyway.
find your own.
Yeah, there's a farm village. You could probably find some salt. Anyway, so that thunderous boom is what happens when the local gets spooked. Which means they might be sending a message to somebody, because I think everyone's at least knows what thunder is.
Well, a signal to the locals. Didn't I ask you if they were friendly?
Thanks back. No, they are. They are. Don't worry about that.
Then
Just,
why are you worried? Go on.
I'm not worried. I'm just saying that's probably what you guys heard.
Go greet the locals then. You seem so worried about them. Go say hi.
Well, we're still a couple miles out, and plus it's probably better for me, the non-threatening one out of us all, to go greet the locals. You know, because we got gun.
Non-threatening.
We've got
looks at Jake on his shoulder.
We've got gun. We've got stereotypical ranger from CNC, and we've got baby metal.
CNC? What?
You joke, but I've actually met baby metal.
Caves and
They're actually
creatures.
Caves and
cool.
creatures.
That's a ranger.
Is that ranger? I did say ranger. Ranger and CNC. And then
Yeah, what's a ranger?
it's like
Wait,
a dude.
Animal person.
It's like a dude that like looks at the animal and says, "That's my friend," and also stabs people with a sword. You don't have a sword, do you?
Looks back at the brass knuckles on his hand. No.
All right, I believe. I
might have a kitchen knife.
you. Okay, I believe you. Anyway, so yeah, we're still a couple miles out. We're still got a couple minutes, a couple hours before sundown. I say we stop if we don't reach the village before sundown, we make camp. You've got stuff in that bag. It could be useful. I've got stuff in my bag. It could be useful. So, shall we continue?
You're the one holding us up.
As he pats the GA on his head as he continues to like move forward.
She just is following along, but she definitely seems a lot more shaken than when you left. Probably because of the thunder.
I'm gonna try and sneak Jake on her shoulder.
Roll for...
Roll for Jake?
I've been very, very interested to see what her reaction would be.
Roll for Jake. Alright.
Jake.
And her response. Alright. She
responds to Jake.
She definitely kind of looks a little bit spooked as you approach, but kind of calms down a little bit once you put the kangaroo rat on her shoulder. She doesn't say anything, and she looks frazzled, but she doesn't immediately freak out.
Oh, those things! Okay.
What, the kangaroo
Just
rat?
look up kangaroo rat.
Yeah. They just got long legs.
Yeah.
Long leggy boy.
And they kick snakes. What?
Yeah, dude, they
Like-
drop kick whatever the fuck they want. They're like small kangaroos, literally.
Holy shit! That's awesome.
Like... But you guys continue walking, and you guys all roll me something.
Well, Pete's not doing it.
My luck has returned.
Same.
We are not getting good rolls tonight. Holy
You
shit.
guys do
It's a
realize
50-50.
all the luck you expend here is going to not translate to my campaign, right?
Hey,
Like,
I
you're gonna have
started
bad
with
luck.
2 2s to begin
Oh.
with. Leave me alone.
Lucky you. Or, lucky those two.
I mean, you've been okay. It's been 50-50. You guys kind of note that the storm above you has been getting slightly worse. Like, it almost seems like it's keeping up with you, kind of, question mark.
You know, I'm kind of starting to wonder if maybe the person you pissed off has something to do with this weather.
Any response for that, Pete?
First off, didn't piss them off. They weren't really aware of my presence, so they couldn't have been pissed off. Second, shut up. Does anyone else have any more water? I'm about to prepare something.
I have an empty bottle.
Not a lot of water.
Hey, Ari.
Yes.
Would I be able to? How much moisture is in the air?
You appear to be...
Is it
It's a
humid
storm.
or
It's kind of humid. It's almost like you're standing in a rainforest.
perfect?
It's kind of humid.
Okay, so Percival just cracks his knuckles and snaps his finger, and in Pete's hand is a snowball.
I can work with this. Hand me that empty bottle.
Empty bottle retrieved from earlier is going to Pete. I
Alright,
made
it's
use
instantly
of one of the 3 items.
it's instantly turning into a bottle of groundwater because Pete's got some groundwater pulled at his feet.
You mean it's just turning into water?
No, because groundwater is
snow?
yeah. No. Snowball, bottle of groundwater, and then what's in his water pouch?
You're just adventure game inventorying this.
Yes. So Pete's gonna throw up the snowball, throw up the water bottle, and open his camel pouch, and he's gonna make a fucking water dome over us so we don't get wet by the storm.
Alright.
Ooh,
Yeah,
a
actually, at
fancy
least-
umbrella.
Roll for Waterbrella?
Water
Probably not gonna be
umbrella.
that bad of a DC unless yeah, there we go.
Alright, I'll give it to you. Yeah, you just have a protective water barrier above you now, in case it decides to start raining.
starts to rain hard, we've got a barrier. It should keep us at least decent against the elements, unless it's wind. I can't do much about wind. So let's just keep moving forward, okay?
Alright. So you guys kind of continue on your hike. And it doesn't seem like the forest is getting any thinner. But now you're kind of starting to find more of a path on the ground. It looks like somewhere around here has been treaded somewhat recently, or at least often enough. And thankfully this should hopefully lead you towards civilization a little bit faster. Maybe, as it's a bit more even ground. But in addition to there being a path, it also means you have a better chance to look up into the sky, and it is definitely cloudy, and the clouds have just gotten darker with time.
Wow.
Well,
Just keep going. I'm not interested in getting soaked by the rain.
Points at the umbrella. As long as I keep doing that, you won't be soaked.
and you guys kind of keep going, and someone other than Mistiv, call high or low.
Hi.
Alright.
Hi, how are you?
Fuck.
Alright, you guys probably spend maybe about another hour hiking along the path when you guys kind of notice that the air suddenly becomes a bit still. Like that calm before the storm sort of thing. And you don't see anything around, but the sudden shift in weather is kind of concerning.
Yeah. We need to get shelter like now.
Working on it. We should be here. We should be in civilization soon. Can't exactly give us a full dome of protection right now, and I'm running out of fucking... So, pick up the pace, guys.
I don't know, is Miss Heels gonna be able to pick up the pace?
Surprised you don't have a fucking pair of shoes in that bag.
I probably do, but good luck finding them.
I'll be
Also,
fine.
good luck finding them in the right size.
I'll be fine.
Alright, you guys keep going?
Yep.
Alright, you guys kind of keep walking, hoping you'll eventually reach civilization soon. But as
Maybe,
it kind
maybe
of...
we will pick up the pace a little bit. Start shoving Pete forward a little faster.
And as you do, Pete, you're getting
Yo.
lightly shoved by a hunter. Roll me something with advantage.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me. He better not have.
Hey, it has a 4 in it.
Alright, you start looking around and you swear you see something move out of the corner of your eye. Whatever it
Alright.
was fast.
Pete's gonna pull another pro gamer move and break the umbrella in half and make a very, very thin water shield around us as he just says, "Get in," just like bunch up essentially as he screams that.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll for protective barrier. Hey,
Alright.
12 ain't bad.
Alrighty. And... whoop. Alright. You put that up and you just barely, with the force of water, question mark,
That's water.
yeah, you managed to barely just bounce a flying spear coming your way. and it kind of just clatters to the ground.
Maybe the locals weren't friendly.
Oh, what a surprise. The kid didn't do his job.
My job is the mail.
And
All you delivered today was disappointment.
Youch.
I've already done my deliveries today, Mr. fucking Kangaroo Jack.
It's
Youch.
Jake. His name's Jake. Leave him alone.
Alright, no, I need to focus on this, guys. You guys better come up with a plan.
Steps through the water barrier, picks up the spear, and snaps it in half.
That is a terrible plan.
Alright. Let me see here.
Yes, step out of the barrier that's protecting you from projectiles. Great idea.
Roll me something, Roll me something. Yep.
I rolled you a something.
Alright. As you pick it up and go to bend it, you kind of feel like a bit of static down your arm, and your hand just also kind of goes through it. The electricity doesn't do anything, but you also can't seem to pick up the spear.
I'd
Like-
suggest...
Like physically touch it, or he can't pick it up.
Like, he puts his hand through it and he grasps mud.
That's odd.
That's very odd. I definitely know what a spear is. It just looks like a normal spear, right?
It looks like an ordinary spear.
Can the mouse touch it?
I'm not going to try. I'm out in the middle of firing range here, so I'm going to try and kick
Yeah.
it using some dirt.
Fair.
So yeah, just get back into the barrier. And as Pete just jokes.
Roll for
And I don't do this often unless it's the weekend, so I think you guys want to roll for initiative.
I mean, there is that. But you're gonna roll for kick first. Alright, you kind of kick it out of the way, and the force of the dirt just kind of causes it to roll somewhat away. But, and this is gonna be the part where you're gonna go, wait a minute. All of y'all are now on the forest path map,
Oh my god.
and you see a person in
I
front
recognize that little shit.
Fuck. Alright, everyone surround their NPCs around
You
Pete.
gotta be kidding me.
Everyone, guys, surround your NPCs around Pete so this makes a bit more sense.
Well, actually, I'm out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jihei is behind you, but you guys all see a person standing there, and they look confused, concerned, a little bit angry. You're not exactly sure, but the storm around them has
Of
definitely
course, storm. Ugh.
gotten a
How
bit
did we not-
worse.
How did we not figure it out?
He
Alright,
is the storm that is approaching.
alright.
So-
How do you do initiative? I don't remember this. It's been a while.
You
Yeah,
click
it's
the
a-
clock.
Click the clock.
Does Pete get
Thank you.
any bonuses to his initiative considering he's literally the speedster?
I will give you a +2. Nothing
Up.
nothing major.
A plus, but not like an exact amount. You just say it's a plus.
+2.
Okay, I didn't hear the two.
Alright. And
Oh, no attribute found for Peter. What?
I don't think there's an
The initiative button wasn't.
I don't know how initiative button would work.
Alright, so I'll
Okay.
just roll the 20.
Okay, so you would.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
no, because there's.
no, that's an actual
there's-
thing that's wrong with the
Yeah.
With the built-in.
yeah. So
I don't need it.
Well,
I don't
also at
need
the same
it.
time, you should be able. It should work just like in Pathfinder, where you have your token clicked roll.
Yeah, no, the actual,
I
like,
tried.
the thing
Wow.
doesn't work.
yeah, you can yeah. So just roll a d20. I have to roll.
Wait on, is our token connected to the sheet?
I believe so.
Well, I'd rather get
Because
that.
that
Yeah,
might
no. Yeah, it's
that
at
might
least
be
connected.
why.
It's at least connected to my token because when I notated the 3 damage, it's showing on my health bar.
Yeah, you guys
Same.
can edit that however you wish. But right click a token, add a turn.
Okay, yeah, no, it's connected. So
So, give me a sec.
yeah, let me just for some reason.
Oh!
the-
Yeah, there's no. Okay, so I think you have to add it as an attribute. and
we'll
then
worry
connect
about that
it.
some other time.
That's really odd, but
Well,
okay.
because it's a fan made thing that doesn't exactly have.
Yeah. But alas, continue onwards. I think. Are you guys able to add yourself to the turn tracker, or do I gotta do it?
You got to do it.
Yeah.
You have to add us, and then we can change it after we're on
Also, Pete's top of the initiative the turn order thing.
Just 1d20 area then?
Yes.
With his +2 to initiative, he's on the top of the tracker.
Let's see here. Dark rolled a 1. Pete is a 20 because of. Where did it go? Alright. There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect.
Alright. Let me adjust the music. Do I have something good for this?
I just realized something. If electricity is one of his abilities, Ari, the thing we talked about with Peter applying is going to be hilarious.
Let's see here. Does this work? Alright. Minor battle music.
That's right, I'm just going to use my battle music because Peter's got a Y-Pod. I appreciate this one, but I have one that fits.
You guys are free to do whatever you want for music. I have to do this myself. But, yes, in front of you all appears to be, well, a young man. He looks pretty normal, all things considered, a bit elven-like. But he also has his hair tied back in a ponytail with a single feather sticking out. And he also appears to have paint on his face. He's ready
He looks
to
like
attack.
a smug dick.
A little bit, but he also still just looks concerned. Like, what is going on? For reference, in the main campaign, but in Pictures and Tunes, I mean, y'all know him except for like Mistiv. You are encountered with this guy.
Hello, Tempest.
Hello, friend.
Of course he looks like a Boy Scout.
Well, what are you gonna do, Mike?
Drum solo!
Alright.
That's a 3. Wow, roll terrible on that.
Alright, your attack misses.
Ah, but I can do it again because of the nature of these.
Alright, his counter roll. Alright, you managed to strike him. But it kind of just appears to not do a whole lot to him. Like, he reacts, like you hit him, but it doesn't seem to hurt.
Alright. That is the end of my turn as Pete just kind of goes back to spinning his drumsticks.
Alright. What do I want to do?
Click the turn order so that the audience knows whose turn it is.
I also... How do I do that?
You click
Could
the
be
arrow.
an arrow on the bottom.
The arrow... Oh, right. You can tell I haven't done proper DMing in a while.
It's fine.
You could also just stretch it to full size and just show the actual turn order so people can just keep track of who's who.
I mean, that too, but also just the point that that'll show me who's on top at the moment. But I want to figure out what I want this boy to do.
One cocky bastard against another cocky bastard. Is there an attack of opportunity system in Anime Campaign?
I believe there is, but you're not allowed. He just
Because of something Tempest has?
he just
Or is he disengaging?
no, he just flicks away from you immediately. Like you blink and he's gone.
Alright.
And from there, well, you're the one that's engaged, so He aims at you.
Oh, I wanted to see you try this. Because, Ari, I really hope you remembered something you said would apply to Pete.
I mean, we have to see how the roll goes.
Good?
Alright, try and dodge lightning.
Remember, electricity doesn't apply to Pete because he's mostly water.
He's still trying. He doesn't know that.
Dude, how would it not apply to you if you're
Yeah,
water?
conducts electricity.
You're a
It-
water type, dumbass!
Okay.
It does,
shush.
but it would... Never mind.
I mean, the thing is, he's currently still people. You
Yeah,
are
I'm
currently
still
people.
people, and I'm grounded. Oh, hey, is that a roll-off or is that meet or beat? I don't know.
I'm...
How is that? Is it D&D rules of as long as you meet it, you're fine, or is it
Let me double
payload
check.
rules where you have to roll off?
Let me double check because I think that... Let's see here. Alright. Let me see, because we're still kind of all getting used to this. I'm trying to see... Is it mentioned in combat?
Now, the best part about playing something that was given a bare bones system but is getting updated is this could get an entire rework soon.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Wait, what?
Brandon is actually writing the full campaign book as we speak.
Yep.
Because remember, Anime Campaign is just a slightly edited version of Simplified 3.5.
Huh, didn't know that. Anyway,
Also,
on with the killing.
yeah. Also, there is such a thing as prepared actions if you ever want to take that, blah, 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 blah. Let's see here.
Alright, I just reviewed what we talked about. No, that's an ability later for Pete, my bad.
Mm-hmm. I'm not really finding anything, so I'm just gonna say that you just barely managed to get out of the way. Like, you somehow managed to literally dodge lightning, but the resounding sound of it does shake you to your core.
Isn't it ironic that the speedster literally dodged lightning? It's great.
Yeah. But,
Is it the Star Raptor gif all over again?
let's see here.
Basically, in response to the direction the lightning came from, Pete just, does, the two-finger wave on.
Alright. But, that's all he's going to do. And now it is Bessie's turn.
Okay, so guys, zoom out a little bit.
Time to protect and serve.
Just out of range.
Yeah, also bear in mind that I'm going to be a little loose with some of the rules, so...
Ah,
Sorry. So what you gonna do, boy?
Percival's gonna snap his fingers and it's going to start, well, snowing heavily, and it's that fine snow that just dusts and you can't see anything.
Alright.
Activating low visibility. Why it has a D20 roll attached to it, I don't know.
To
Then
see
you
how
just do-
effective it is. Also, abilities should probably automatically deduct from your stamina, but who knows.
Don't know. But regardless. Now, if he tries to attack me or Pete, I would say the 10 would at least cover at least this bit of area.
Alright.
They take a -2 result bonus to attacks. And on the flip side, so do Peter and I take that same disadvantage since we can't see Fuckface over there.
Yep. You are taking advantage at long range. If you get in close, obviously you're close enough to probably punch him.
Disadvantage.
Alright. Jihei has no idea what's going on. Let me see what y'all have.
I mean, I have an idea for when it comes to my turn. I actually have, honestly, a kind of cool idea.
Alright. Jihei is... Where did my sheet for her go? Okay, I close it. She is going to use this. Ignore the d20 roll for this. Alright, so she takes 3
Pardon?
to use, or she takes 1 to use her ability Even the Odds. And she is going to specifically use it on Satsuki. So...
What? Wait, what? What is she using on me?
She is using her ability Even the Odds. If she rolls a 1, you do +1 damage on your next attack. But if she rolls a 2, you deal -1 damage.
Alright, flip that coin!
Hey, you have a
Nice.
+1. That is Jihei's turn, because she has no idea what's going on. Hunter.
Well, Hunter's gonna look back at Jihei and be like, hey, you should probably stand off to the side, but whatever you do, don't stand under any trees.
She just kind of nods. She still looks like a deer in the headlights, but... Alright,
Moving my 4 squares.
give me a second to... I'm gonna do something. Gonna say that... Yeah, this area here is where it's low visibility. That way there's kind of a good reference for where the snow is.
Is there a dash action?
Damn it. DJ using that might have fucked up my plan.
You might... It's just a -2, but... Let me see. Let's see here. Movement.
I have a movement of 4 squares. This sucks.
Where's... It doesn't say that there is such a thing, but I'm gonna say that in lieu of an actual action, you are... like, basically make it a full round action to dash.
I will dash and still not make it out of the cloud. I am so slow.
You are a big guy.
I'd like to mention he's so slow in comparison to the fact he was trading lines with the fastest party member on the screen. It's
Well,
great.
Alright, Satsuki. What are you doing?
Here's the thing, I think DJ using that might have...
You'll be
Moved
fine.
right.
It's a
Okay.
-2.
You'll be
Okay,
fine.
so I have how many? I can move how many spaces?
It should say in your movement on your character sheet.
Yeah, you have a movement of 5. And note, this is a bush.
Damn. Bush's baked beans.
That was 6, I think. I think you skipped 1.
Not down for these baked beans.
Pardon?
Baked these beans.
Okay,
I'd be
because Satsuki's kind of caught on to the fact that, okay, sound doesn't work here.
Well, it's not that sound doesn't work, it's just a case of... You basically confirmed with the when you heard the squeak, that for some odd reason, because you don't know what half of the birds are in the forest, you just can't hear them. Like, you can hear things, it's just... It's a matter of, you have to know what it is. So,
Okay.
sound does work. You can hear.
So for my, would I still get an attack if I use like my ice ability to try to write something?
I will call that a free action.
Sasuke is going to kind of just use her ice powers to essentially write in the air. We wish to communicate with you.
Alright. You're gonna just kinda...
Try to explain, so Tempest doesn't, feel like, who are these people? Why are they attacking me?
Alright.
He threw his spear first.
I mean, yeah, but, roll for ice.
Hey!
Alright, and his response. Alright. You can't quite tell amongst the snow. Like, it doesn't bother you at all, but you can't tell amongst the snow what his response is. But it doesn't seem, at least immediately, that it's doing anything.
Okay. I'll do my turn, and then I gotta step away for a half second. So,
Well,
Alright,
it's still
so-
Satsuki's turn. That was a free action, bear that in mind.
why did you move the...
I accidentally hit the button.
Alright.
Like, that was her free action.
Alright, Satsuki, what's it up?
Let me just double check. I almost feel
No.
like maybe I shouldn't attack just because she says that, and then her attacking might not,
I mean,
Okay, I mean, that's smart.
so you're gonna hold your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't care about diplomacy right now. Fucker threw a lightning bolt in his fucking perfectly made shield. So he's gonna spend 1 stamina to use next day delivery. Wow, I rolled a 20 on that. Amazing.
It technically counts as an 18, but go ahead. Wait,
No.
no, that's
Look at...
that's just an ability. It's not.
Yeah,
Go
it's,
on.
I know. I'm sad that I rolled a decent amount there. All right, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm gonna stop before I use the rest of my action because I'm gonna use my passive, Speedster, which gives me a +2 to damage when I'm attacking. So I'm going to run through him. I'm gonna also basically do that to show that I've run through him. That's 2 spaces there. So I've used 7 of my 8. Then I'm gonna do my attack roll. So that didn't hit him unless he can roll off that 3. Unless he rolls lower than 3.
Well, a 3 is already considered a fail.
Is it? Alright, cool. Well, don't worry, because I can move here, still be moving. And I can just roll this again. 9?
I will consider that a roll off. And boop. Alright.
And he gets dealt 4 damage from a stick to the back of the head. Man basically shoved through him, smacked him slightly once, and then smacked him hard the second time.
Alright. He recoils a little bit from that. And as you were moving, he also... how much damage was that?
It's 4.
4. Alright. And as you were moving, he also prepares an attack.
Okay.
He's got an anytime action.
Alright, what does it come on doing?
Do you like lightning?
Actually, well, I was about to do something before then, but considering you just rolled a 4, that's a fail.
Alright. The lightning just careens off somewhere, and you hear a crack as it probably hit a tree.
Considering that I didn't use quick reflexes, but I still like the idea that Pete's just annoyingly stupidly quick. It's like the idea is like, Tempest tries to like, point finger, just cast lightning, Pete just slightly moves his head. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Alright. That is Pete's turn. Temp. Oh, I have a fun idea. And I'll have to ask, who all is here? Is DJ still gone?
I'm here.
Is Dark?
DJ's not responding.
I'm
Yes,
back.
I'm here.
Okay.
Dark is here.
Okay, so I'll have to have someone. I'll roll for Snowy. Since
Wait, shit, I've got my bread.
Well,
Wait a second. Mr. I can't just Jim from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Yes. He has a crocodile on his back.
Here's the thing. That's an actual thing with that character.
I believe.
I know, that's why I said it.
Alright, I
Hunter does not, but he does.
will wait for DJ to come back before I do my thing.
He's here.
Well, he said he forgot his bread.
How dare you forget your bread?
Yeah, so.
Fuck
But-
you.
Okay, so,
Fuck you.
alright. I am going to roll this first before I have any of you guys roll.
Give me a second.
Alright. That did nothing. So. Okay, let me double check.
Hey, can I do an interrupt?
I mean, he tried doing something, so technically yes. He didn't do anything, but you can interrupt him.
Can you interrupt him if you can't see him?
Yes.
Proceed.
First of all, snaps his fingers twice. But both with one hand.
He's being very sassy about it.
No, like it's just like.
Oh no, you can't.
No, not like that. It's. Hold on.
We
First
could have done
snap.
without the sound effect.
First snap is with his index and middle, and the second is with his ring finger and pinky. So it's just immediately. So it's immediate like succession, two at once. I know some people that can do that.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I really can't.
Exactly.
I can only do with the thumb and
And
I can't
middle.
snap, period.
I
It's
use my
practice.
thumb and ring finger to snap.
I use ring and middle.
And I am using black ice.
Alright.
I don't know why that roll. Again, I don't know why the rolls are there.
Because using ability, you still have to check to see how well it goes.
So considering that as one, I'm saying it doesn't work.
Nope. It just kind of... So, basically, it just kind of melts as soon as it hits the ground.
It's too hot.
But I still do the cost, right?
Yes.
Okay, well that. Oh well.
Alright. G. Hey. Let's see. Let's
The
see.
cats are playing musical chairs with my lap.
Aww.
I lose one, the other one appears.
She's just gonna go here. And... Oh wait, that was... I forgot to make Tempest move. Oh well. Jihei is going to do the same thing as before. See if she's able to pull off her shenanigan. Alright. And she rolls another 1d2, and she is aiming at you this time, Hunter. You lose one attack. Your next attack does -1 damage.
Oh joy.
I mean, it's a gamble. She's trying. But that's all she got.
Well, fine.
Now, if I remember correctly with the rule set, we can make a guess on our opponent's epithet at the beginning of our turns, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Hunter's gonna walk up to this guy
Mm-hmm.
with his arms extended to his sides, showing he's not holding anything. Well,
Alright.
Storm Boy, I don't know what your problem is, but if you're going to keep attacking me, then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to stop being merciful. So I'm just gonna give you a chance. We can talk this out, or you can keep flinging around that lightning of yours.
Alright. He doesn't react. Like, he doesn't say anything, And at best, you just get a really, really confused look.
We're not here to hurt you. And you threw your spear first. So what I'm doing is I'm going to ready an action. If he tries to do anything, including move, that is not friendly, then he's getting a jawbreaker. But that is where I'm ending my turn.
Alrighty. Satsuki.
Okay.
Now, wait, before you go, Bardark, I also want to remind everyone this real quick. Remember, if you guess the epithet, you do get a +1 proficiency.
Yeah, I'm also gonna put Satsuki back so I can... 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so you move 5. Okay.
I'm guessing his epithet is Bolt.
No.
No, Volt, I said.
Volt.
Still no.
Still no.
He is the storm. It is
Alright,
approaching.
that is Satsuki's guess. Anything else?
Well,
I said this twice, and that's the
He
first
said
time
this
you played
twice.
it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I think after round 2 we can start guessing epithet. So that's why.
You
well-
did leave your message last turn.
can she see if he's, you know, not in a fighting stance or anything?
He looks like he's still ready to do something, and you did hear Hunter, but he just looks confused. Like, genuinely confused.
She writes, "Where are we?"
Alright, is that it for your turn?
No. She's gonna see how he responds to that first.
Alright, you use some of the snow from Percy's shenanigans to write that, and it almost looks like a weird look of clarity crosses his face. Like, oh. And he kind of looks like he stands down a little. Though he still doesn't look like he likes Petey.
Yeah. Okay, now I think we're getting somewhere. What the fuck is that outside?
Alright, is that
A
it for
tree.
your turn?
Satsuki's just gonna take her, put her guitar back on her back, and just fold her arm, saying that kind of say, "Not interested in fighting you, kid. I just want to go home."
He looks confused, but he at least looks like he's kind of standing down.
Yeah, 2 out of the 3 people have showed that they don't want to hurt him, and meanwhile Peach just fucking sprinting around him, like smacking him with his drumsticks.
Hey, it's my ability!
Alright,
I'm not using my abilities.
is that your turn, Sat?
I mean, at this point, given she's trying to show we mean no harm,
Mercy?
yes.
Alright, Pete. These two seem to have at least talked him out of at least immediately smacking you guys.
I'm just gonna tap him on the shoulder to get his attention, and then, if I have his attention, if he turns around, I'm just, like, throwing down both of my drumsticks into the ground. Just, like, they're stuck in the ground because of how fast they've been thrown, essentially. And
You
just, like,
shattered them.
and just wave my hands, going, like, just
Alright,
with, like, the smirk.
Listen, those are food. You can't just keep throwing them into the dirt like that.
Why
alright,
are you eating drumsticks? Oh, wait, stupid me.
alright. You do that, and he kind of drops his stance for the minute. Like, he looks still confused, but he at least stops looking like he's gonna hit you.
Well, Hunter's gonna try his patented sign language that he learned from the gorillas.
Alright,
Hello.
roll gorilla sign language.
Which is just sign language.
Hello.
You basically make the sign, and he kind of gives you a brief wave in return. And let's see here.
Pete's gonna do something interesting once this is all done.
You just watch him kind of just suddenly he's over there. And Percy's snow just kind of fizzles out.
I'm sorry,
And-
just the reaction of, like, realizing Jihei's over there and he disappeared. Someone's just gonna be racing over there.
You just see him picking up the spear. And...
Yep, I got it.
And
Could
you
all
wa-
these speedy people please slow the fuck down?
you
On,
watch...
is this epithet wind?
No.
I was about to guess, that's the thing, I hadn't done my guess thing yet.
I think I know what it is.
Someone
I think I was on
decided
the
to...
correct track.
Someone
Let
decided
Snowy
to
guess
end...
first.
Someone decided to end before I could... Alright, my guess, considering everything... This is... I'm going to just shoot in the dark, and guess his epithet is Storm.
No.
Okay.
But,
Also, Satsuki, you already had your guess on this character. You're not allowed to, or
well,
via the rules.
he's allowed to do it again, but not
Can
right.
I get a legitimate guess now?
I thought that was your guess.
Kind of half-assed.
I'll let you
What are
try
the
again after
guesses
some
so
time.
far?
But you watch him pick up the spear that was kind of kicked away, and you watch him start scribbling something. In the dirt, he writes Silent Woods.
He has an idea.
Yes.
He's going to flip over his cap, look at Tempest, and point at where his name is sewn into the brim of the cap.
Alright.
And point back point at himself.
Alright.
And I'm under the assumption that if he knows the person, and knows the name of the person, you
Alright.
begin to hear. Alright, so it's like... So he's going to point at the name in his hat, point at himself, and go like, get it?
Looks at the employee tag on his vest.
I mean, he doesn't have a
Do I
tag
have
on.
an employee? Yeah, I don't have a tag on my vest.
Hunter does. Everybody's got to know
Yeah.
who he is.
I mean, yeah,
He's
but
not wrong.
but after he wrote down the words "Silent Woods" on the ground, everyone, you kind of actually start hearing some stuff actually around you. Like you actually start hearing birds and shit.
Now we know the woods.
And Pete, you hear him say, "Peter," right?
Pietro.
Okay.
Pete's fine.
And
Name's Percival.
Satsuki.
I assume
What's so silent about these woods? I can hear everything just fine.
Percy, I'm assuming like you show your badge or something.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna show. You gotta
Like-
show their name because of the laws of the Silent Woods.
Satsuki probably has her name written like.
On her guitar.
She has an
well,
album.
Yeah. It's no, I was gonna say it's probably on her jacket, but no, it's probably on her guitar.
Now, Pete's also going to respond with pointing at Jihei and just say, "And she's Jihei. She doesn't talk much though." Yay!
And give me a second, since the music will kind of change. This won't work. He kind of nods and he goes, "You kind of scared me back there. Sorry."
Fair enough. Didn't quite understand the rules of the woods yet, so
Well,
no hard feelings.
he kind of points
You
to...
scared him? He threw a spear at us. That nearly gave me a heart attack. I haven't had that happen to me in like 15 years.
Well,
What?
you see, these woods are special.
What do you mean by
Not-
What do you mean by special?
We're not sure why, but... Well, the local townspeople are well aware that there's intrigue that, unless you know what something is specifically, you won't hear it. Now that I know who you are, you can hear me. I
Wait.
am...
You guys couldn't hear that?
We didn't know what the things were in the woods, therefore we couldn't have... By subject of the weird rules of these woods, we couldn't know. You knew because viewing.
Yeah, I could hear everything. I didn't know you all were deaf to the
We
noise.
told you multiple times!
I thought you were kidding. I thought this was some sort of joke you all were pulling.
Jihei, if you ever get a chance, throw your backpack at him.
He
Just make sure Jake's not in there first.
Moving on, you were saying Tempest?
never introduced himself. Shush.
Yeah,
Oh,
he never...
sorry. Oh, moving on. You were saying?
He goes, since I know you all now, I technically don't really have a name. I'm more of a concept, I guess you could say. I saw you trying to pick up my spear earlier.
Well,
Yeah, quite a shock.
I am
it's a sign.
I am what is known as the concept of the Tempest, a windstorm, I suppose you could say.
I
I'm more of
nearly
a
punched a concept. I am very confused.
I get a concept. I officially get to scream at our English teacher, Jihei. She said I could never... She said I couldn't hit something that wasn't concrete.
well,
Ari, can I get another guess super quick? Because I think I got it.
try.
Lightning.
Close, but no.
Thunder.
Oh, it's gonna. Yeah. Okay.
Again,
Go ahead.
close, but
Feel the thunder.
I'll leave it. I say you guys gotta wait again a bit, but he kind of goes, well, I guess that's a lie. I'm sort of only half a concept. Yeah, I don't quite know how to explain it, but
Go, you temp.
I feel like the attempt would only confuse us more.
Yeah.
just say
I'm not exactly aware of the culture.
I'm half a person. Let's go with that.
Well, half a person, do you have something we can call you?
I suppose you can just call me Tempest. That's what I symbolize.
Cool, Tempest, sounds great. So, you attacked us because our friend, air quotes, Pete here,
I'm
spooked
insulted.
you.
It's fair, but I'm insulted.
It's alright. I'm kind of not used to people approaching me, I'll be honest.
That's entirely fair. Speaking of, as he just basically spins the drumstick back in his hand, I think I owe you one strike. Fair is fair.
I believe it would be best if that were not to happen. You see, part of what I am is I had to be careful with how I contact things. As you probably were well aware that even this thing, and he kind of gestures to it, if I were to hit something, it kind of causes thunder, and I am aware that people don't like that. Also, the fight ended kind of in a draw, so I'll figure it out later.
And I haven't quite gotten viscosity down yet, so maybe it is good we don't do that.
We spoke him down.
Yeah, that's why I said
Kinda.
I'll think about it. And he goes, "Are you lost, trying to find something? Not many
With
people are."
something of a scouting team. I know, a terrible scouting team, eh?
I don't know, I feel right at home here.
Okay, maybe he's the only one that's qualified to scout.
Long story short, go ahead.
He kind of scratches his head a little.
Okay, long story short.
Wait. We sure we want to tell him? Like, the full story? Like, wouldn't that disrupt the natural order?
We're literally talking to a concept of storms. I don't
Yes.
think it matters.
But we weren't exactly given, like, if it was okay to do this.
We're also not told to not do it.
Carry on.
Long story
Continue.
short, we're not from around here, in case you kind of couldn't tell. And we're kind of trying to find our way home. Needless to say, well, let's just say, this is kind of the first path we've taken.
Contracted by a nice woman to help her out, and she'd see if she could help us out.
A
She
spider
said-
librarian.
Don't. She mentioned that somewhere in this area there was something kind of sort of off.
kind of looks like he thinks about it a little bit. Maybe it has something to do with... And he kind of gestures in the vague direction, Pete, of where you remember seeing the very large storm. Maybe it has something to do with why Dad's been a little, touchy lately.
Dad?
Well...
he's a young lad.
Well, Well, I'm not the only one that controls the storms around here. In fact, I believe I'm the only one in control of the lightning, really. But...
Like I said, his situation's probably similar to a lot of people's, you know.
I'm starting to kind of get the vibe that this Tempest is essentially kind of taking, notes from the actual Greek gods, where his father is a god, aka a storm, and his mother is probably mortal.
You don't know.
Well, no, and that's more so kind of what I'm saying. I'm feeling.
That's the thing. It's like, remember, even back home, abilities similar to his but not quite his are passed down generationally. You get different iterations of such and such. They can take different meanings, but it overall has the same theming.
He kind of goes, a lot of the actual locals have been, well, trying to get through the storms, but, well, the waters are rough enough that nobody can cross the lake anymore.
Wait, guys. Do you think he means epithets? Like, this is how this place describes inscribed people?
I mean, maybe.
Because epithets come from god domains.
What he's saying is, it kind of sounds like you have powers similar to us.
Maybe. I really don't know. I don't know how often, well, people like you have abilities such as this.
One every 1,000 people. We're 1,000 people! As he points to the mostly epithet class.
He kind of just looks confused. Well, I meant more that I don't really go into town very much. Like I said, people kind of fear me. Even he kind of just like lightly puts his hands together. Even doing that is able to shake the foundation of a house.
That's fair. You probably have a stronger ability than most other. Yeah, I guess we can share that inscribed.
Yeah, most other. Looks down at his pouch.
Do you just have a void in there?
I will refrain from answering that question.
I control water. He is cold. She is colder. He is Bagman.
I mean, you don't know every one of my powers yet.
All right, cold mistress. And Jihei, well, she's interesting.
Right. Well, I suppose with this out of the way, I suppose you should all get on your way towards town. I usually spend my days out here hunting.
It's good to meet you.
Right. I'll try and keep the weather a bit clearer for you all. The last thing you need is for me to accidentally hit you again.
Well,
Hey.
we appreciate it. Sorry, we got into a bit of a scuffle.
That's alright. Just whenever you hit town, even if the trees are cleared, the rules apply. So you may want to keep your names on display.
Fair enough. And hey, Temp.
Huh?
Next time we meet, you want to race?
I
never ran a storm before.
I'd like you to see you try and outrun the lightning.
Pretty quick in battle, aren't I? He winks.
He just smiles, and you
missed the chance for a perfect joke.
Meanwhile, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, you guys blink and he just disappeared.
Damn, I thought I was finally doing what you guys call flirting.
Eh.
Fuck.
And you guys
Needs a little work there.
continue.
Y'all think he's single?
Choosing to ignore the question.
Storm God.
What?
It's just the concept. And you guys all continue
Come on,
your
you
way,
two.
and you start making your way towards the nearest civilization again.
Which one, Stormford Village or Northrun? Which
You
is in
guys
the
were heading south, so
south. Ah,
I
so
think
to
we
Northrun.
started here.
yeah, the
Thinking
circle
the
is
big
where you
circle.
started.
Yeah, I know. So we're heading south to Northrun, which is in the south.
Hey, maybe they came from the north to go northern north. Or maybe they started down here and they went north. You don't know why they went north and called it north.
No, hey, north is relative.
How about we just head over here to this guy over here, Quick Star Pete.
I mean, those
I'm
are the
sorry,
mountains.
that's
Honestly, we could have gone to Windwell if I saw it, but I think the reason North runs in red is because it's one of the bigger settlements.
As far as you can tell. But you guys continue on your way, but it seems that your little scuffle kind of wasted some time, so it is starting to kind of get dark, as in actually nighttime and not because of the constant cloud cover of a storm god.
My wife just set up
Fucking
camp or
epithet.
something.
That was his fucking epithet. God damn it, that would have made sense.
What?
Is his epithet actually Stormguard, considering his team
No.
alliance? And okay,
No.
cool.
Yeah, I think it's Thunder.
No,
I
no,
already
'cause
said Thunder.
we already said that. And she said no.
Would it be Monsoon?
I think it's literally just Tempest.
Could
Nope.
be actually just straight up because no
Is it like electricity? Wait, no.
hurricane.
Nope. I'm gonna
Alright.
call it there.
Yeah, we're gonna call it there.
Aaron,
We'll-
did you-
we'll-
I got
Did you-
one guess out of
Did
all
you
of them.
confirm or deny mine?
Yours was thunder, right?
No,
Hurricane.
Well, I guess.
Monsoon.
I guess they.
Oh, monsoon. Sorry.
So far, it's just been no.
Okay.
whoa. We've guessed a lot. We've all guessed a lot. Let Mistiv guess at least
Yeah.
twice.
You know what? If I'm gonna throw one last guess out there, I'm gonna
You
use
got
the
two
first
more.
word. I threw out one already.
All right.
I'm gonna use the first word that you used to describe something that happened. Static.
Nope.
That's my guess.
Alright. You may encounter him again later, so I'm not gonna tell you.
Because when I tried to pick up the spear, you said I got shocked with static.
Just a little bitty.
Want me to run ahead and see how much farther we are to the village? This time I'll actually check if the locals are friendly.
Maybe it should be somebody not you.
I literally can cover the most ground and we're still a bit out.
And
Let's
also
just-
refuse to do the most basic of thing as gather information a scout would do.
I gathered that there was a village.
Okay.
I
And
did not
couldn't
see
even
people.
gather if they were friendly or not. You know what?
Peter,
Just go.
Peter,
go.
just calm down. Let's just all stick together.
If he wants to go, let him go. What are you
Anything
gonna
would
do?
be-
Stop him? He's literally racing. He dodged lightning.
If anything, it would be to at least get a tent or something, considering we're gonna have to probably spend the night outside of town.
I can help handle that.
You guys gotta
Wait,
settle.
did the spider lady explain why these are universal coin? What if we walk up there and realize this coin doesn't really...
Let's.
That's only if you plan on buying something. Is there something specific in this town in the middle of the forest that you are looking to pay for?
Probably food. Mr.
As-
I'm hungry because he hasn't eaten.
I mean,
Yes.
you shuffle into your pocket to gesture to the crowns, and they appear to have been turned to gold pieces.
Okay, so that's how the
actually
universe...
universal.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
You're just
Literally universal.
Y'all think that it's the pouch that these are stored in?
Your guess is as good as mine. Let's just figure out
Starts unburying his out of his pouch.
Your guess is as good as mine. Let's just figure out if we're camping or continuing on and getting to a place where we're gonna have to explain ourselves at night.
Pete,
We've probably, traveled 10 kilometers?
Pete, call high or low.
Hi.
Nope.
Fuck.
You have decided that you are just going to
Run
stick
forward? I'm sticking with the group, okay.
Good.
I'm sorry, why? The whole
It-
freaking out Tempest thing was going to happen no matter who.
No, it's just
It was just more a funny thing that happened. Now you have a bit more context.
yeah, and considering that we have someone from said place, Northrun, which is in the south.
It's still funny every time you mention it. I don't know why.
We have literally someone who can speak for us. So it's not a bad thing.
No, we don't, because Tempest doesn't go into the villages because of his epithet?
Yeah, because they're afraid of him.
Oh, fair enough.
He can't even clap his hands.
I missed that part.
Yeah, he explained that due to his powers, even something as simple as clapping his hands causes thunder that will shake the entire house.
You know, I like how we've got like a pseudo ranger motif for Tempest here, but he's still wearing a button-up shirt and khakis.
Yep.
I mean, it kind of helps take the edge off of him a little.
No, I like it a lot because it's like, yeah, he's a ranger, but this version is aware of pants. That's what it is. This version of Tempest knows what pants are.
I'm getting that deserted island feel, whatever that movie was that I can't remember the name of.
Castaway.
Wilson!
Just for reference, the joke with with Tempest in the payload thing is
It
that
was either his pants or his shirt.
yeah, and he only had one or the other, never both,
Usually.
unless he was on a mission.
But continuing on.
Good thing you kept the pants on. I think you would have excited Pete a little bit.
The shirt? What, Nev?
My God.
But
No,
you
I
guys,
think the shirt might have been worse shit.
But you guys continue on for a little while before kind of reaching a bit of a clearing in the area. Just enough that you could probably build a suitable camp if Hunter can get his shit together and find some camping materials.
If
You
not, I
even,
always have the forest itself to work off of.
Do you know what's in there before you dig, or are you just
Everything
basically
in the bag I had to put in there myself.
okay? So you're not just blindly
don't
rolling a
remember.
die. You just forgot because it's been forever since you've last reorganized the bag.
I don't remember ever putting a pair of dowsing rods in there before because I've never learned how to use them. But you know what?
You probably got them as a gift for a Secret Santa, and you're like, oh great, this is amazing. I'm gonna so use this. Tucks it away in bag.
I know exactly where the empty water bottle came from, though. 'Cause
Jake
I'm
just
lazy.
shrugs.
Wait. Hunter. Have you ever considered that Jake's also putting stuff in the bag?
Glares at Jake.
He's still holding on to that pine cone.
Protect me, cone!
God, this man this rat can sup upon pine and cone all day.
I mean, it's a kangaroo rat and a pine cone.
It's just
The
nibbling.
pine cone is probably bigger than him.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Yeah, so that pine cone's gonna last him a while. But
Starts rummaging through the bag.
roll me advantage. Alright, you
I
managed
had the
to
advantage.
find it. You have to put. You've managed to grab something and it looks like what you're looking for, but you end up looking to Jihei and kindly ask if you could borrow her backpack for a second, because it's got a bigger opening, and you just pull out a 6-person tent.
Whoa.
Not fully constructed, but, in its bag.
Well, good thing I'm good at this.
That's convenient.
Very.
Jihei looks into her bag what?
Don't question it. As he starts to slowly assemble the big tent.
All right. It takes some time, but eventually you manage to get a tent up, and you spend some more time rummaging around in various backpacks to see if there's
Wait.
any. Go on.
Guys, as he just like Pete just like perks up. Wait a second. Hunter.
What?
You got snacks in that bag? Because I have an idea if we don't have food.
I don't think I put food in here, but I will check.
Okay.
Because normally if I get food, I eat it. I don't save it for later. Glares at Jake.
Squeak.
I just remembered I brought my mail pouch along, as well as my camel pack. What I want you to do is place a single crown into the bag as if you were ordering something. I know this is crazy,
Very.
but this has worked before. I
In what?
don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain to it.
Then
Alright?
do it. I'm busy.
The Postmaster General was weird about this. Just put the coin in the bag as he opens the mail pouch.
Put your own coin in there. I'm putting together a tent.
Well, fine, as he just chunks a gold coin down the pouch and closes it. Wait, does it work if a mailman orders?
Satsuki literally
I have
just
no
face
idea.
palms.
All right. Give me a second. Yeah, drop a coin. Bloop.
Yes.
All right. You hear the sound of a vending machine,
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
and you pull out what appears to be a bottle of Coca-Cola.
What?
God fucking damn it, subspace!
I have so many questions.
Why do you think do you think I deliver to all of y'all as fast do you think I deliver packages by just running them?
Yes.
Yes.
Subspace highways, dude. Surprised it actually worked. Wait! No, it doesn't work like that. But wait! It
You al-
works.
You're
Here.
also blapped in the face by a crown.
Fuck! Why did it refund the coin?
Are you really complaining?
I'm not, but like, ow.
I kind of
What's
want to
a
go in
Coke?
there.
No, that's not how subspace works.
Please don't be like one of those kids who crawl inside the claw machine to just get shit out of it.
I'm sorry, have you not seen my bag? I was half inside it yesterday.
Fair enough.
For all I know, this only worked because a coin fell on the postmaster's desk. I don't think it's gonna work all the time, but I think I just expended my use for the day. Does anyone want a Coke? As he hands it to Jihei.
She looks like she starts inspecting it, and then she just casually hands it off to Satsuki.
Well, I guess
Yeah,
I can put this in our rations.
When the question to Jihei is Pepsi or Coke, Coke won't do.
I
Sorry,
think
no, it's
like-
the question to the question to Jihei is Pepsi okay? No, that's the preferred.
I guess I'm putting in my
That's-
inventory 1 can of Coke.
it's a bottle.
This, like, what size bottle? Like an 8-ounce bottle, or
Glass
a
bottle.
2-liter?
Well,
Ah.
it's a Mexican Coke.
Like she read the label and then she just casually handed it off. Like, no, I don't want this.
Also, I'm gonna be honest here. There's only a slight difference between Coke and Pepsi. Like, I could have either.
There honestly kind of is.
I can taste the difference.
I can too. So
Like
I don't drink either of them.
I said
Anyway.
there's a slight difference, not
But-
a
But
major
just-
one.
just Pete's like freaking out over the fact that the bag worked for once.
But either way, the tent gets set up, and y'all, what are y'all gonna do? You have a tent in the middle of the woods.
How big is it?
Six
6-person tent?
person.
Okay.
Pretty
convenient.
decent size. Like, it even has like a little area off to the side that like pops out, so you could like probably put like a fire or something next to it, or like a
Ooh.
table.
Who here has camped before?
Raises hand.
Percival raises his hand as well.
When I went to summer camp, they kicked me out for racing around the lake.
I wonder why.
I did too.
Hey, if you're gonna keep throwing out the fact that you're fast, I have something you can do.
Excuse me. Jihei has just immediately crawled into the tent and she's sitting in a corner.
Gotta follow her
Okay.
lead.
No. Grabs Pete by his collar. Nope.
It's like, I like the idea of Pete being picked up, and he's like picked up like a kitten. Like arms and legs go up.
Now listen,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna be stuck here all night,
Uh-huh.
and we need food.
Okay.
Who's the fastest here?
Tempest?
I said here.
He could be here, but yeah, I guess that'd be me. What do you want me to do? Punch a deer?
No. We are surrounded by trees. Trees bear fruit. Look for fruit. Bring it back. I'll tell you if it's poisonous or not.
The only the only thing I've seen that's fallen out of these trees is a pine cone. That doesn't make sense because I think these are redwoods.
We are in a forest. There's more than one type of tree.
Oh, really? As he points his arms out to like the entire forest of redwoods.
I mean, you've seen some bushes around.
Can
Wild berries, anything. I don't care. I'm gonna help you look too, but
Mushroom.
You being faster, drop some.
Let me roll. Let me roll for scavenge, I guess.
Also, before you actually run off, Pete, like, you briefly pop into the tent to tell Jihei something, and you just see her say, just very quietly, mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Okay, mushrooms. All right, mushrooms.
All right, roll for scavenging.
Can
you
you
want-
join in because I said I'd help?
Yeah, Percival's gonna help as well.
All right. Then
I guess Satsuki will also help.
I mean,
He rolled a 7 because all he had in his mind was mushrooms.
everyone else roll as well. Hunter, you get advantage. That
Didn't help.
Rolling. Middle of the road.
All right. Satsuki and
Fuck.
Percy, you managed to actually find something that looks halfway edible. Satsuki, you mostly stuck to the bushes and stuff, and you managed to find at least what looked like blueberries, blackberries. Not sure what they are, but they're fruit. And
Oh, fuck yeah, blueberries.
and Percy, you find mushrooms. Like just a bunch of mushrooms.
Well, that's good. Now, hopefully, Hunter can check these out to make sure that they're edible.
And give me a quick.
All I found was poison ivy.
Ow!
To
That
your surprise,
sucks.
it was actually poison oak.
Damn it!
Isn't that worse?
No, it's about the same.
He thought it was the ivy, but then no, he looked. It
Not-
was the oak.
No, it's still the one. The one that's really bad is sumac. That
Oh,
one.
sumac.
That one just sucks.
My hands are itchy.
Touch any. Just don't touch yourself anywhere. There's no real good way to say that, Ari.
It really is.
There really isn't.
Starts rubbing his hands into the dirt, trying to get that shit off of there.
Alright, you all eventually return back to camp. You see Jihei is still in the tent. It looks like she's playing a game. It's the most at ease you've seen her. But
Well,
Still wide-eyed.
Well, I found blue/blackberries.
you investigate them, Hunter, and they do appear to be blackberries. Thankfully, they are not belladonna. Basically.
That's good.
And as far as you can tell of the mushrooms for Percy, they appear to be, what are they called? They're the weird shelf mushrooms that grow on trees.
Aren't they just
They're
shelf?
edible?
Oh, you talking about like those orange ones?
Yeah. There's like a
Chicken of the woods.
yeah.
Those are edible?
Yes.
Yes, they're very
That's
edible and
like
also
chicken
very
of the
healthy
woods.
for you.
Yep. Chicken of the woods, I believe. But they're also just known as shelf mushrooms, basically. But point
Sulfur
stats.
shelf mushrooms.
Yes. You have very actually edible mushrooms. They're not even
Cool,
like
it's
the
better than
quasi-edible.
expected.
Which
And-
I am going to be putting something in the chat just to show like, hey, these things are actually editable.
Editable?
Edible.
There you go.
Those ones.
Look like pancakes.
But they are mush.
Apparently, it's a kind of common meat substitute.
Well, most mushrooms are a common meat substitute, so yeah, I'd imagine the chicken of the woods is a pretty good one.
Protein.
But how are you? What are you gonna do with the food now that you have mushroom and berries?
I don't know how to cook this stuff. I think all I can cook is box mac and cheese and ramen.
Well, if we have a pot, a fire, and some water, we could just boil the mushrooms. The berries you can just eat raw.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
look at me for fire. Pot, check out that bag. As he points at his bag, at your bag, Hunter.
Rolls his eyes and starts rummaging for pot.
You manage to find a pot after maybe like 5 minutes. You managed to find a lot of saucepans though in the meanwhile.
You could use any of these. We don't require the pot.
But they're not big enough for the mush.
How big is this mush?
Decent
Break it
size.
down.
Yeah.
You just
break
need
it
enough to
down.
boil.
Rip it apart. Wait, but
Boiled mushrooms.
he
Okay, I'm gonna
starts-
BRB because
Go on.
Butterscotch is still sleeping, but it's 7. I should honestly feed him.
Do
Honestly,
your
I
thing.
just realized
We're almost done.
water. Oh wait,
But
as
do
he
your
just
thing.
dumps some water into the pot.
Alright. How are you gonna do fire? You have 2 ice users and a peat.
And a Crocodile Dundee that
I
has
was
an
going
infinite
Kangaroo
pouch.
Jack. Doing Kangaroo Jack this time around.
I mean, do you
I haven't thought of a good.
I was gonna say, do you have a lighter in there? Matches?
Matches probably if he digs far enough, but I was just going to use 2 sticks.
I mean, roll for fire sticks.
Fire
Well, he's-
sticks, go!
While he's doing that, Pete's just gonna look over Percival and go how do you keep having more bullets after you shoot your bullets?
Thank
Wouldn't you run out of bullets eventually? You just fire?
He hasn't fired it once.
Well,
I think he means in general, but you do manage to get a fire going. It starts off small, but it'll grow with time. You know what you're doing.
I don't see you carrying around any extra ammo in your pocket. Do you just fire and fire and fire? Do you run by Hollywood logic?
I think he chose to ignore you.
Fine. Keep your secrets, Percy man.
Yes.
He's asking
What?
how do you bullet?
You just keep firing and fire, and you have no extra ammo on you. You just fire and fire and fire. And last I checked, your epithet isn't bullet.
Most officers that carry live ammunition usually carry an extra magazine or 2 on them.
Do you see this man? There is no place for a magazine. I think he's barely got enough space for his wallet.
I don't know, I don't see his pants.
You're right, he's only a torso.
Note, he does have his police gear on him.
Also, fun fact,
Fire.
reloading's not even a mechanic.
Exactly, I was joking about the mechanics, that reloading isn't a mechanic, so Pete's you just
How do you
fire
bullet?
And I
and
have
fire.
and I have plenty of ammunition on me.
You
Don't
never
worry.
reload.
He's never fired.
I haven't fired my gun a single time yet. Do you know what I'm equipped with?
Deadly force, like most police officers?
This is a real ass goddamn Colt 1911, you twerp.
Well, you didn't have to tell me it was a Colt 1911. That's just too much information. Like I said, deadly force. Do you see what the police has become nowadays? One of them's got a real ass goddamn sword. This one's got a real ass goddamn gun. What's next? Real ass goddamn nunchucks?
Tasers.
We're the only two on the force that have those weaponry because we're the only two competent ones there.
You're right. I've seen a couple of them. One of them just looks into the mirror all the time.
It's frustrating.
One of them's
Yeah,
naked
yeah.
constantly.
Don't remind me.
If I have another concert in this city, I'm hiring you for security.
I don't think you can
It would be a good
outsource
side-
police officers. I think that's technically illegal.
You can outsource security guards.
He's
Yeah,
a police officer though.
I do have a security license.
Okay, if you have a license, I guess that works. I mean, I don't have a license.
Listen, if he has a day off
If you don't have a
and he
license,
was
then how
offered,
if you don't have a license, then how the hell are you a mailman?
Real ass out goddamn ID. They don't trust me behind the wheel of a car, but they do trust me behind the wheel of a Peter, so it's amazing.
Okay. At the
Yes.
considering the snark Peter just gave him, Percy's going to snap his fingers and give him frosted tips on his hair.
Finally, like Guy Fieri. Guy Fettuccine.
I was also gonna say, stay frosty.
Guy
Guy-
Fieri. Guy Fireman.
Guy Fieri's epithet is flavor.
No! That's too simple! His epithets flavor town!
No,
Is that one word?
Flavor Town's not an actual word.
Yeah, Flava Town. It's FLAVATOW.
Snowy, I am going
Flava
to
Town.
murder you.
But you guys end up chatting by the fireside of mushrooms.
using the saucepans as makeshift plates.
Peter just stares
Specifically
at
the
the mushroom.
lids.
No, Peter just stares at the mushroom and then stares at Percy and stares at the mushroom and stares at Percy. No hablo inglés, gringo.
Vafanculo.
You okay, Harry?
Harry, you gotta breathe.
I think the voice in the sky is having an asthma attack.
Is that what a hurricane is?
But eventually, after using the lids of saucepans as plates, you guys manage to, or at least Pete manages to convince Jihei to eat. As in, put
You
her
asked
game
for
down.
mushrooms. We have mushrooms.
Did
Sadly,
she ask or suggest?
Crocodile Dundee over here doesn't have utensils, so
As he's literally eating mushrooms with his bare hands.
savage.
She puts down her game for just long enough to eat, but after that she just kind of curls up in a corner, stealing one of the very few sleeping bags that Hunter managed to actually dig out of his bag, and she just kind of she is in the corner.
How many sleeping bags would you say I have?
Roll a d6.
No.
It's only Jihei.
There are 3.
Gives the other one to Satsuki, gives the other one to Pete.
Pete gives the one to Hunter, and Pete just sits outside the tent.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, get back in there.
No thank
Ladies
you.
and children don't need to be keeping watch.
I need less sleep than all of y'all. And Percy has been on way too many stakeouts if I remember hearing him talk about it once before, so it's probably best for us to stay on watch.
Using the rolled up sleeping bag, bops him in the head and says, "Listen to the adults."
I've been a legal adult for 2 years.
I've been
You're
a legal
20?
adult for 22.
19. Well, yeah, 20. He's actually getting close to 20 because he's literally my age. Fuck.
He just goes doy.
So,
Get back in there. Take a rest. We can take shifts.
alright, fine.
Besides, I'd rather you not be in charge of the fire.
Oh, that's Percy's job.
No, I'm leaving the fire lit, and the leftover water from boiling the mushrooms is going to put it out later.
Alright.
Mush water.
It's still water.
Alright. So, the night ends up being pretty uneventful. You guys who stay up to watch, you guys just kinda sit in contemplative silence for the most part.
I have
And-
Jake to keep me company.
Yeah, you just kind of basically whisper to Jake just shenanigans. Because he doesn't really overtly care. But eventually you go to poke Pete awake so you guys can change shift about halfway through the night. And eventually, during a brief moment that Pete did kind of doze off during his shift, it becomes morning and you guys see what appears to be... You're not sure how it happened, but it appears that there are some cuts of meat just kind of tied up in a cloth for you.
Oh,
I hate
that
to
kind
alarm
of
you,
him.
but I think it's that Shocky boy.
Yeah, that's very kind of him, leaving us something to eat.
He is a pretty neat dude.
I mean, the storm was quiet throughout the night, like he said. But it is morning, and you still have a
Yes, I-
ways to go.
I gotta share something with the DM.
Oh boy. Yeah, I saw. I followed that person.
It's important business. It's important, Dunban.
Yes, I followed that person. But it is morning, you guys have some fresh meat, and you still have a ways to go before you head down.
Well, packing up the tent and the sleeping bags.
Hey.
Versal's helping out with that.
Where did we get meat?
Meaning food.
The twink.
A
Meaning-
very friendly hunter left us a good morning meal.
Ah,
The twink.
Why don't you be a little more respectful to the person who just gave us our next meal?
That was said respectfully, bastard.
I was also gonna say, speaking of Hunter,
Children.
roll me something at advantage. Alright. You even kind of inspected it before you started taking down the tent, and as far as you can tell, it seems to be wild boar.
Ooh.
You're not exactly
Boar, eh?
sure how much of it is there, but it's a decent amount.
Oh. I love bacon.
Question, y'all guys, that I've been sleeping on, kind of. Y'all think that those 4 worlds that we went to via a library, do you think, by chance, and it's a dumb idea, but it's an idea nonetheless, that the reason they're different from the other ones on the shelves, and the other realities on the shelves and such, is because these are inherently stories. Think about it, this place is much different than our own and follows similar but different rules.
I would like to agree with you, but unfortunately I don't have enough evidence to say one way or the other.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
an
this
assumption
one.
right now, but like, I don't know, I don't read much, but it's an idea nonetheless.
I'm thinking less this is somebody's story and more this is just a parallel world itself.
I mean, that's basically proven, period, but it's just the reason they're different, I don't know.
But there is also the fact that we are sharing a language. We are sharing similar vegetables,
Yeah,
fruits.
that's why I'm thinking it's a story, because you know how stories are usually written in one language, even though it implies there are other languages in them. It's usually that one. You'd think with an alternate world, alternate reality, there'd be different things formulating language.
Kid's got a point, but that seems more crazy talk than anything.
I mean,
Tell you what,
okay.
you stew on that a little bit more. We still
Hey.
have a journey to finish.
Listen, I got hit in the face with a Coke yesterday. Nothing.
And I nearly punched a storm.
Exactly. Nothing's out of the question anymore.
It's weird, I know, but
It's
this is
much.
still our reality. I don't know if it's a story, a past. I don't care. I want to get home. So let's just finish what we're doing and move on.
Have you ever considered the reality that we're gonna have to punch a storm to get home?
Him, no, he seems pretty nice.
No, other storm.
The other storm, contemplating it.
Okay.
Contemplating isn't a very Australian word, but then again, I haven't been keeping with the accent anyway, so.
Contemplating isn't a very Australian word. Thankfully, I'm from Sweet Jazz City.
I mean, you do live in Sweet Jazz, so. But you guys.
I haven't heard you call the crowns dollary dues yet.
And nor will I ever.
You guys managed to kind of finish up. Like, you kind of use the lids again to try and cook up some of that meat to at least have a minor breakfast before getting going. But you kind of clean up the area and you begin your march.
Also, we don't have enough salt to preserve it, so might as well
Yeah.
cook it while it's fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you'll probably be fine.
You didn't have enough. Hunter didn't even care to look for salt for Pete's plans, so like, who cares?
Listen, the most he would have of salt would be either a bag of salt from when he went grocery shopping and stuck it in there because he needed the extra hand space, or a salt shaker.
I mean, we could
Both
just
of
freeze
those
it.
work for what Pete wants to do.
I
Well, I'm
mean,
not
Salt
looking.
water.
What?
What?
Salt
Who
water?
yelled what? Someone yelled what?
That was kind of
What did you say?
salt water.
Was he claiming salt water?
I'm throwing it at a slug.
Have you forgotten that there's
my
2 people
God.
here who can just freeze shit?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, but the thing is, unless we're going to be using our epithets constantly to keep it cold, there's no way to actually preserve it.
So let's just eat.
What about his black
have a-
hole bag?
It's not a vacuum.
Fair enough.
Subspace highway isn't a vacuum. It's a confusing,
My
extra
bag is not
dimensional.
a subspace highway.
He's pointing at his bag. It's confusing, extra dimensional shit that I didn't pay attention enough in physics class to understand.
What the hell are they teaching in school nowadays?
Physics, mathematics, language,
Magical physics.
magical
More-
physics.
More theory-based physics than actual
What?
proven
No
physics.
art, history, English.
I was about to get there, but alright, fine. Chihei, quick, give me the schedule from last year. We had, like, the same classes for some reason.
She looks into her bag, and all you see is just like a single game system, a charger for it, and a pack of jerky.
You have jerky.
Well, somebody came more prepared than the rest of us.
She's just looking at you with like wide eyes.
Whatever.
This is like...
As far as you can
He
tell,
just looks at Chihei.
I was also gonna say, you also look, and the jerky is from 2 years ago.
Ugh, I mean, it's probably good.
It's
Mm,
preserved.
jerky.
Just like, just Pete looks at Chihei and is like, was that from our school trip?
She just
Like
kind of
she-
nods.
Have you not used this bag in 2 years? Or not at least cleaned it out in 2 years?
Hey, if you think that's bad, take a look into the fanny pack. And he hands him the fanny pack. What does it look like inside when it's not affected by me?
Empty.
So it's like, this is empty, it's
There's
sorted,
some-
it's
there's a
fine.
pa-
Just
there's-
throws it at you.
It's a paperclip.
This is mine now.
Reaches his arm inside, pulls out the first thing, which is probably one of the coins.
I'm gonna just roll the 1d8 again.
Hey,
Oh,
good
boy.
news. We're one paperclip. We're
You
one
pull
paperclip
out a
richer.
bottle of eggnog.
Whoa.
Do you
Why is that
have
in there?
eggnog?
Checks the expiration date.
Last month.
Please.
Throws it away.
Oh god.
Now we're
Oh my
littering.
Keep the bottle. We could use that. Just dump the eggnog.
Throws the
It is
eggnog on the ground.
it is solid eggnog at this point.
Oh.
Uses his boots to dig a small hole and dumps it in there.
I mean, you did say it's not a vacuum, so that shit was not refrigerated.
That's why I don't throw food or drink in there.
Hey, good news. We're one paperclip richer.
Jake!
He's giving you a look of like, why are you yelling at me? It's your eggnog.
It's not my eggnog. I don't put food or drink in my bag unless... Oh, Christmas party. Shit.
The best part is, every time I get a new item, I literally type the first thing that came to mind when getting the item.
God. What the? Oh god. You want paperclip? Get eggnog.
Yeah, the thing is, you guys are not reading the other great one that I've done.
Oh no, I'm reading them. They're pretty good, but
Oh my
the paperclip gets me.
Yeah, the way I'm doing this is like, just like, what if it was a LucasArts Adventure Games description?
Groundhog.
But after settling the burial of eggnog,
No! This is not a sully! We don't play bagpipes to this! We fucking praise its defeat! The evil has been defeated!
after burying the eggnog, you guys get back on the path and keep going.
What a weird expression.
And I'm going to leave us off as you guys enter basically the edge of town. And where we will pick up is you guys entering North Run.
Okay.
From there, I will also say that I will try and set up a proper shop for you guys since you are reaching civilization.
I need
Thank
to
you.
actually, I realize I need to actually write
My
down my
brain's a
camel
little
pack.
bit broken now.
The eggnog.
Just get ask for paperclip. Get eggnog. Simple as that.
It expired last month.
Unfortunately.
I mean, it was also not refrigerated in the first place, so there was already that problem. Also,
Why would I throw that in the bag?
yeah, I was also gonna say, as long as Dark has got the bottle of Coke in the inventory, but we'll deal with that. But
I mean, here's the thing. That can be unrefrigerated.
I never said it was cold. I just said it was Coke.
It would suck, but
It just sounded like it came out of a vending machine, which is slightly concerning.
One of the two cold people can keep it cold for a little while.
But alas, with that, this is where we're gonna end it off. And I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope you guys are interested in what's gonna happen next session, because there's a lot of shit that kind of got told to you. There's a storm, and a storm god, and you're in these woods, and there's shit going weird. And you almost punched the concept of a storm.
There you go.
I was literally a turn away from using Jawbreaker on him.
I mean,
Hey.
here's the thing. I only had thought of that trying that just because I knew my epithet was going to be severely hindered, and I was kind of figuring out, okay, I think I understand what's going on here. So I'm going to try something smart before I start throwing punches.
Yeah, but until then, I will see you all next time.
Yay.
Alright, I bet you
Remember to
you got-
refrigerate your